some other ones.
So had we
that I
rolled
can't
initiative yet?
remember.
Not yet. Please do that now.
Oh, all of us or just them? Because we're fine. We're just wandering town, right?
Yeah, we were what, like a couple of
Oh, sure, we're not all
turns out
together.
or
We
something
were
like that?
we were about half a town across from them.
Oh, yeah, we were in the taxi,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
15.
Well, you guys can go ahead and roll, and then should you...
Should
for
we
some
end up
reason-
there?
Okay.
Through
5. Jeez.
Okay.
8? That's not
Yeah, I guess we didn't know the time, what time frame was when we were there and they were there.
It's also true.
Leras?
15.
Excuse me.
15. Gabriel?
9.
9.
handing out
sorry.
meat
Wait,
to
yeah,
people
the-
nowadays.
12.
Yes.
12,
12.
sorry.
Okay.
Steven's
My bad,
homemade
I forgot
mead.
about the...
Karaka?
9.
9. Cool. Sandy?
13.
13.
Awesome.
And
Yeah,
Kyoko?
definitely keep the fingers up.
I
Nice.
felt
I thought something shot up. I was like, oh, good. Whatever.
Kyoko, what'd you get?
That was
8.
exciting.
Got it.
What is that? Steven's homemade mead.
Ooh.
That is the tropical blend.
Tropical. Ooh,
Can I smell some?
can I have some?
I don't know if it has much.
Ooh,
in it.
yeah.
I don't even. I
Try
think I've
some.
ever heard mead give off have that much carbonation.
Mm.
That sounds.
We only have one size glass, unfortunately. Just large.
No, so they don't.
That's, hey,
Their
that's,
glasses
that's
don't
my
play silly games.
That's a good size for me.
We're boring people who do not usually drink alcohol, so we have no.
It comes in pints?
I have all of 3 shot glasses.
Right? I
So-
feel like those years
Like
slipped
this
past
is
me.
Doctor
I unnoticed.
Who?
That's Doctor Who.
Oh. Right.
That is the third Doctor.
I'm sorry, I think I watched only one... no, that's fine. I just wanted to...
Try.
It's gonna be like clawingly
pretty good.
sweet.
You're not going to kick
Oversweet.
him out of the house for only watching one episode of Doctor Who, are you? Okay, good.
Who cares?
Get out!
I mean,
Yeah.
What kind of gatekeeping asshole am I? But,
I have an excuse, I'm foreigner.
I mean, yeah.
That's fair.
You know,
Absolutely.
they don't have...
to be fair, we're
Right,
foreigners
right.
to
I
Doctor
understand
Who,
what I'm
too.
We don't have TV.
Yeah,
I
it's
figured
not a
this
thing.
also might go well with them.
They just got jeans in.
Yeah,
Just got
like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Jeez, give me a break.
Good old American Levi.
Okay, so
Oh,
so
no.
if you have a
Nice.
miniature to represent yourself, for
I was
those
about
of
to
you
die.
who are at the attempted hanging,
It's gonna be like over here.
please place yourself in this 4-square area here.
The noose is there.
Oh no!
The noose is over here. So you see the 6 cultists that are arranged around this attempted hanging. You can see the 3 crane dangling from the rope off of the street lamp that's on the corner here. He is twitching and jerking, and they are watching with an eerie passionlessness. They're not even bothering to, in the style of our white hooded friends, being very
Not friends.
Loosest
Very loose.
definition
Right.
feasible.
they're not even hooping and hollering or like throwing invective at the creature. They're just watching him suffer.
Dead eye stare.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so let me see here.
If they're not aware of us, does that mean I get a surprise round?
So who is there? So it's Leras and
Karaka.
Karaka and
and
Sandy.
Sandy.
Okay. Okay.
He's hanging from a rope, I assume.
Yes.
Is he actually like off the platform hanging?
I mean, he's dangling, right?
He's dangling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which means they did a pretty bad job.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to slowly choke to death.
Is
Because
his
his
neck
neck
didn't
didn't
break?
No, the 3 crane have that really thick carapace too, so it's hard to really.
Where's
Oh, the
Social,
doctor?
this is
Oh,
choking
wait.
hazard,
This
clearly.
isn't the doctor. This is the...
No, this is the 3 crane that came into the bar.
Yeah.
And
Talking about the doctor.
talking about our father,
Sorry.
Hiram Mercer's disappearance and the wrecking of his shanty medical center. Yeah.
The free clinic.
Okay, so let's see here. Okay, Leras, you get to go first.
Yes. I'm going to use a point of fortune and take a shot at the rope that is hanging the 3 green.
Okay.
Come on. Okay. 16.
Dodge
21.
a single digit. That's good.
21. Okay, so
To
you
shoot the rope.
aim your gun and you're firing just to split the rope in the classic
Yeah.
Western style. Okay.
Yeah, because if we
You
run
fire.
over there, it's not going to...
You see, there's this pew noise. You can see the rope snap, and then the 3 green fall to the ground. You can see he's still in pain,
But he's not.
but he's not. He's not dead. No,
But
he's,
now he's in front of a mob.
he's sort of now on
We'll have the
the.
mob's attention at this point.
He's now sort of curled up in on himself on the sidewalk, trying to regain his health. And
position.
the cultists all whip around, and you can see their sort of shadowed faces staring at you as they begin to draw their weapons.
I look very cool. I just like to...
Yeah, you do.
I need to say that.
Sure. You're under the beam of this street lamp right above you. There's smoke curling up from your 6-shooter.
Yeah, these dots, by the
Like
way,
the noir
represent
style.
the street
style.
lights. Now, keep in mind that since you are in Poxborough, these aren't the high tech sort of immaculate Gatrol powered Art Deco style.
These are like gas lanterns.
Yeah, they're essentially like they're what you find in Victorian London. They're sort of gas lanterns that people have to manually extinguish and stuff like that. They only provide so much light in the smog and the darkness. So,
Right.
okay, so our 3 green friend has been saved for now, at least from hanging. Sandy, it's your turn.
Well, all right. I am going to.
Do any of these look like your brother?
I don't know yet.
Shoot him first.
She's too busy being pissed off to tell you right now.
Is there anything to distinguish any of these people from any of their fellows? Any of them look like maybe a leader or significantly more important than the others, or are they just a kind of a
Give me a
culty-
give me a free perception check. It won't count for because as you were coming in, you kind of got to look at these guys.
Nice.
21.
21. Okay. Yeah, you see that this figure here, the one off to the left of the 3 crane, kind of curled up on the sidewalk, is they're all dressed in the same sort of robes, a dark black long sleeved sort of medievalist kind of robe, but with these sort of ochre accents, or ochre, excuse me. And you notice that this one's robe has got like finer details around the sleeves and around the edge of the hood here, which seems to indicate that either he is of a higher rank or of more importance in the cult, based on his wear, or he just goes to a better tailor than the other
Right.
5
I was about
cultists.
to say.
He
Or
paid
his
more
wife is
for
a
his
tailor.
initiation.
Yeah, he
He donated.
he
more
coughed
to
up the money for the premium robe.
The premium package.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You got the premium entry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's like
I
a
assume
VIP
that-
membership.
we're going for these guys.
Based $10
Man, she's gonna tear him
top
apart.
5.
Okay. All right. Oh,
And
let's see.
access to
Flint
VIP
lock.
lounge.
I got a
VIP
plus 6
chat.
and a d6. All right. Plus 6 doesn't help me much. That's a 11
11 to do what?
to hit him with my flintlock.
To hit that guy.
I am.
Okay. Yeah, that's a miss.
I can
Shot rings out. You see a lot of them sort of react and duck slightly.
Okay. How far do I have to get to him?
Every one of them except the man you shot at, who did not move.
Fabulous. Fabulous. All right. Are we targeting him?
We're not even there.
No. You in the abstract.
Yeah, we get that like
Calling
cut
upon
over
you as
to
spirit
inside
animals.
the taxi, just sitting there like.
This is a good day.
Are we targeting him, or are we going to try to
Weather's
pick off all of
nice.
his minions?
I think we're gonna end up getting rid of all of them anyway.
You're feeling pretty good about this. So,
No,
all right.
no. She's just determined, and I don't think they're all gonna scatter as soon as he's
My
dead.
move is 30,
But taking
so-
him out first might be a good idea because he might be a spellcaster.
Well, all right. As long as I'm not going to be by myself down here. Okay.
You sure not? You
Okay.
sure aren't.
Closing with him.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Besides, we have
Karaka.
Monsieur Tank over here. Who's
Yes,
just gonna,
Karaka, speaking of which, it's your
Yeah,
turn.
I assume you're going to be here with me.
10, 15, 20.
The beak tag.
I'll cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action on
Nice.
myself.
You would.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then I will say to number 2, quit harming the common folk.
Wait, no. Number 1.
I can't hit number 1.
What?
Because someone is in the way.
Fine.
Yeah, he has to be right up on him here,
Yeah.
and because of his movement
I
rate.
get it. I get it.
Can't.
That's pretty good.
22.
Number 2?
No, yeah.
22 to hit number 2. Yes.
Yes, that's definitely a hit.
Magic.
Hit number
Triple two.
Just bash his head in, man.
Ooh, that's 11 damage.
Crunch.
11 damage for
I mean,
number
those
2.
are my hit
Okay.
points. Hopefully it takes them
Yeah.
out.
So, this cultist, you can see he, the initial shot at their sort of their leader spooks everyone except for him. And in his panic, you can see this guy reaching into the fold of his robes and begin to draw a sort of wicked, gnarled-looking scimitar. But before he does that, how do you make him hurt?
Gently.
Is his back to me right now?
No, he's facing you and he's trying to
Okay.
pull it out of his robes as quickly as he can, but he's not as quick on the draw as you are.
I think my warhammer just like hits him like just straight in the chest, and it just kind of caves a little
Sure,
bit.
yeah, you hear that. That's sucking. So you're doing a kind of a sideways.
No, just it's quite the.
Oh,
the,
right on. Okay,
Ooh.
yeah.
Then wide chest. Why not the crown of his blinking?
Either way, I think
You ever
it's gonna
see
be effective.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre? It's sort of like that, where you just hit him in the head one at a time and then drag him off. And he's gone.
I feel like he's reeling back a little bit, and
Okay.
so that it's just like
Okay.
Oh, so yeah, that overhead swing.
Yeah.
just
Just-
So this warhammer comes crashing down. You hear this kind of this wet crunch, and then you see he just kind of flops onto the ground, and the scimitar is still tangled up in the folds of his robes. He is dead. He's very dead.
Karaka knows the quickest way to a man's heart is
like the
through his
first
sternum.
apply directly to the sternum.
Okay,
Your Vulcan's really pissed.
was that it? Was that what you wanted to do in your turn?
That's it.
Okay. So seeing this, the rest of the cultists clearly, with the exception of our leader here, look a little spooked, but
Shaken,
a little shaken. Yeah.
not stirred.
Yes, but they start drawing their weapons, and they begin moving in on you. So this one's going to take a swing at you, Karaka.
And this is not a ballistic weapon.
No, they have a sort of a. It's a kind of a. It's shorter than a normal scimitar, and it's got a kind of a gnarled look to the blade.
Just making sure. You know.
That is a 17 to hit you.
Sounds appropriately culty.
What? Right now I have a 20 AC.
Oh yeah, it's shield, right?
That tank, though.
This one moves in.
If it
Tries
was
another
ballistic,
swing?
I'd have 22.
It's going to do so with advantage this time.
Yeah.
They've learned.
Now that he
Cocky.
knows what your AC is.
They're adapting.
Yep.
21.
Ooh, just barely.
Okay.
Unless it's
so
ballistic
it
weapon.
is-
Yeah, unless if it's ballistic.
Okay, good for you. 2 slashing damage.
My ballistic hammer.
This one moves up
Good night.
and tries to attack you.
There's a
Sandy.
ballistic knife. Which is
Armor class
ridiculous.
is not what yours is.
No one's armor
This
class.
That's
is
a
the same.
19 to hit you.
Far
Well, that should do
Cry,
it.
Is that about equal to
And
our ability? Okay.
Where there is a
Call of
jet,
Duty?
and there's a
2
hammer.
slashing damage.
I like that
With a
D6. Keep
jet.
that one.
They're not rolling
Back.
terribly well on their
Overwatch.
damage rolls.
Far Cry.
Overwatch.
Overwatch, yeah,
Brandon's
there's
got the big one.
Oh no, use that.
Somebody
what?
else got it?
I like the
Like
purple one.
rocket powered
Yeah,
hammer.
we got
Oh,
you.
oh,
Because
oh.
Overwatch definitely has one.
Brigida has a rocket-powered hammer or mace flail,
Mhm.
and then
So yeah, totally doable in
the
our
rocket-powered
universe.
hammer.
Oh no, don't hurt the 3 cream.
This cultist, you can see, he jukes right out of the fold of his robe, produces a flintlock pistol, cocks, grabs the 3 Kreen by the neck still, and puts the pistol to his head.
Ah, okay.
Hostages.
So who wants to play Dirty Harry in this little place?
Exactly. Do you have a 6-shooter or a flintlock?
I have a flintlock.
Holy crap, none of us gets more than one shot.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, my turn's gonna come up again here in a second.
I think
So that one, that one,
I have a pepper.
that one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the pepper box.
Yeah.
You got a pepper box. Well, you're not
But
here.
we're
Oh, no,
we
you
don't
are. I
use-
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who uses a pepper box when you have one?
yeah, give me 2.
And a straight
Someone who needs to
18.
save a Thrycreen who's got a flintlock
Yeah.
pointed.
Yeah.
Does he say anything, number 3?
Number 3? No, not yet. This is like a matter of seconds, right? So.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if he was like immediately just gonna shoot him or if he was gonna,
Parlay.
hold him as hostage or what.
And if
Nothing yet. He hasn't said anything yet. He's just taken the 3 Kreen hostage. Okay.
Come
You
take someone
see,
else.
you see this figure. He hasn't moved this entire time, but all this sort of chaos has swarmed around him, and he's looking directly at you, Sandy, as you've sort of begun to approach him.
Right.
You see him do some sort of angular gestures with his hands.
Nothing I can interrupt?
No.
Do you have Mage Slayer?
Is that?
Only if you have made
Yeah, right.
And you can see this sort of shimmering ochre field kind of briefly encircle him and then disappear.
Okay.
And then he just puts his hands to his sides and just stands there.
There's some kind of protection.
One would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. There's 2
No, you
things
don't.
I can
You're not
think
there.
of.
Yeah.
There's 2 things I can think of.
2, 3, 4.
Well, what are they?
Sanctuary
Uh-huh.
That's my guess.
Leras.
and
Okay.
Leras.
this is some other.
Whatever it
There's
is.
some other ones
I will take a shot at number 4.
that do similar
Okay.
things. But Sanctuary is the big one.
17.
Number 4, 17. That's a hit.
No, that was actually 19.
Still a hit. It's more of a hit now
Great.
than it was before.
Great. What do I add to
Now
damage?
up on
Nothing,
American
just
Top
as flat.
Well, no, for a ranged weapon, it would be your dex.
Cool.
You just don't add your proficiency bonus to damage.
8.
8 damage.
Piercing.
Piercing. Okay. And that's to number 4, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So, are you firing for a particular place, or are you just...
No, I'm just
Shooting.
like strong stance, just one-handed, just fucking firing at these dudes.
Okay.
I'm pissed off. Not thinking much.
I mean, I would assume.
Yeah.
So,
Super pissed.
I'd assume you're
How you doing?
like a psychopath.
So I'm just aiming straight to kill them immediately.
You fire your weapon, and you see the bullet strike this cultist near the collarbone here, sort of where the neck and the collarbone meet. You can see a sort of a quick arc of blood, and you see him let go of the sort of tangled the scimitar that he had held in his hand. It clatters to the ground, and he backs up and grabs the wound area and is sort of staggered slightly. It looks like it hurt. So,
Good. Makes her feel better.
Sandy.
Okay. It looks like number 3 is completely inaccessible to me as a target. Is that right?
You'd have to move. Basically, you could conceivably move here, but that would provoke attacks of opportunity from this,
fine.
this, and that.
Right.
So you may not survive the move.
Right.
And even then, going this way, you'd have to go around the block
Yeah.
on the other side, and then yeah.
Yeah.
So, in terms
my
of
odds of surviving this combat are extremely low anyway. But that still wouldn't be a good strategy. I'm assuming I cannot use my flintlock now.
no, you can.
How would I have reloaded it?
Well, the assumption is that in between turns,
You reload.
you're reloading.
I
Because
can do that in melee?
yeah.
Oh, wow. Right.
These are mechanically because of the
Does it take an action to reload, or is it just
mechanically
or is
because
it
of the
like-
balance and everything like that? It's meant to be sort of
just
Waved
loading?
away.
loose in that regard.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm better off with my rapier anyway.
The flintlock pistol is just loading, like the crossbows are. So it's just
Once per turn.
you just can fire once per turn. That's
Okay.
it.
Well, I'm better off with the rapier anyway. So
You could target number 3 with your flintlock from there.
You could, but you could, but I would say that you were at a disadvantage because you could strike the 3 Kreen as well.
okay.
Not to mention you're firing, well, from melee. But you, what?
The flintlock pistols
Don't
don't
worry
take
about
that
Okay.
because they are so small and lightweight. It's a difference between like getting a bow set up or getting a heavy crossbow out, or the gun you can just
From the hip.
they're designed to be close quarters weapons as well.
Now that said, you could flip one of the fortune and effectively cancel out that disadvantage
Yeah.
It's true.
and just do a straight roll. See if you feel lucky. Punk.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel particularly lucky. I think that would almost certainly turn out very badly. It would probably result in a
What would
dead
save you?
insect. So I also don't feel real good about my chances of hitting number 1 there with my rapier.
Well, there's 6,
Well,
5,
he's
and
in
4 available.
sanctuary.
Yeah,
So,
there are a
maybe.
lot of.
Maybe.
You have other
Good
options.
chance, but maybe.
4 is still alive, huh?
We're still alive.
Give
All
him a
right.
quick poke.
He's dropped a weapon, but is he still like in combat?
Technically, yes. Mm-hmm.
Coup de grace.
Doesn't mean. I mean, I don't know how good he looks, but
Yeah.
He doesn't
he's
look
not
good.
dead.
He was wounded so grievously that he's now clutching that side of his neck and his shoulder, and he's dropped the weapon he was carrying,
Right.
which is
So he's unarmed.
he's unarmed at the moment.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna waste an attack on an unarmed guy. I mean, within the rules, how long would it take him to pick up his weapon and re-enter the fight?
Well,
Free
one
action.
What is it, free action?
Yeah.
So
I
he,
am interact.
so he could easily attack this round.
Yeah.
He just have to pick.
He just has to pick his weapon back up and do it. Yeah,
Okay.
That's
so he
assuming-
wouldn't take an action or anything. He could just do it.
he could just do it.
Okay. Well, I'll attack him then.
Number 4.
Yep.
Okay.
Going in.
All right. That's 17,
That's me.
and I did 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Number 4. Okay.
Wow.
That probably ended him. God, I hope so.
Yes. Are you? How are you executing this with your rapier? I assume.
Yeah,
Like, how are
exactly.
you? Is it gruesome? Is it quick? Is it?
Oh, definitely quick. It's because I fired my flintlock and then just charged in and got there and just went nah.
And reached out and stabbed him.
I drew the thing and sort of whipped it into his neck and then pulled it back out
You
again.
see the rapier just bend quite a bit as it
Yeah, it
just
just whips around. And
Yeah. This gentleman is dead because a rapier. You felt like the brief tug and release of a blade going through man's meat and coming back. He's dead.
Not a good day for his neck.
No.
was that?
Not a good day for his neck.
No.
Or for the rest of him, for that.
it sounds like you could just
Neck-centric
paint
data.
with that tip now.
Like that
just,
kind of
Just a
day.
little bit.
just
Day.
right with.
Put a little Z on somebody.
It's got like a little.
To be
red
fair,
No, it's S because
it
it's
is
It's a good point.
understood
fair.
workplace
S and
hazard.
Z can look
in
pretty
that
similar.
Of a
respect.
cultist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're gonna be a cultist, you can expect to maybe die a gruesome death.
yeah, it's likely.
Yeah.
Like
the
the
hands of
real
the
irony
guy,
is that
It's in the contract.
his mother had just given him a new necktie that day and he hadn't had a chance to wear it.
Like health insurance doesn't cover that.
No, it's
No.
the one thing.
Workman's comp is not going to cover the
Nope.
the next step. No.
It's like Venture Brothers.
I hear cultist sidekicks get really lousy healthcare benefits.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway,
Like red shirts in Star Trek.
Let's see. Karaka, you're
I
up.
think they might have life insurance policies.
You think?
Just
Fucking
maybe-
Who would
like
insure
barely.
that?
Like,
Right,
I mean,
really.
that's like one of the few perks you need to like sign on. you
No,
know?
it's dental. Dental's the one that gets everybody in. Who are you swinging at?
6.
6. And what'd you get?
I thought
Yeah, 14?
6 is- Oh,
14's a hit.
never
Yeah.
mind.
Karaka smash. You're green, right? Greenish.
7 points of damage.
7 points. Okay.
Damn.
A meaty hit from the warhammer. You
Below average.
manage to crack the left sort of forearm of this cultist. You can hear that, and you hear him shriek and sort of back up as he still has his scimitar out, trying to fend you off.
How far back does he back up?
Not very far.
He doesn't change
Yeah.
position?
In the sense of
Okay.
these squares
5 foot.
are equivalent to 5 feet,
Okay.
so he's still within that
Gotcha.
kind of distance.
I just wanted to know because it would be cool if Karaka were to step into there where he's standing right now. Since he hasn't moved yet.
The assumption is because of the abstraction that, like, as they're trading blows, they're moving in and out
Oh,
of
sure.
those, like,
That's why I asked you.
adjacent 5 feet.
Although I might get like the back to back with you since we're like
Back to back's less effective when there aren't any enemies.
On both
Right.
sides.
Unless you're both going to turn
but
inside.
but
That's
I
more
got-
that's more like Kitty Shield for Karaka is what
but I got a wide reach. You just hit one from the other.
Kitty shield. There's not a market there, I don't think.
Oh, that'll be it.
Okay, sounds good. So this cultist here is going to swing at Sandy, realizing that his friend next to him, or enemy, or co-worker, who knows,
Yeah.
was just
Colleague.
stabbed in the neck. It's his colleague.
Could be his competitor. Maybe he was bad mouthing him in the game.
That
One
is
of those like
a
pyramid schemes.
If he gets any bonus at all, then
17. Yes, stage.
Yeah. Okay.
That is 3 slashing damage.
Alright.
How are you looking, Sandy?
Oh, not good. I got 5 hit points.
Might be able to take a hit.
That's
I mean, you could take another hit or two.
I could
maybe.
take, yeah.
Maybe.
Provided they're not very hard.
6 takes a weak stab back at you, Karaka, to try to keep you at bay.
Okay.
Rolls a 7 plus 10.
That won't
Pretty
do it.
weak.
Yeah, it is pretty weak.
Weak.
And then let's see here.
Harder.
So we've got our.
Barely hit an unarmored person.
You're so eloquent, Karaka.
We've got our gentleman here.
There is a literal
Gentlemen?
unarmored person there.
The yes, number 1 to sort of reference that.
Don't tempt them.
If they have any dexterity, they'll be fine.
Okay, so this our sort of head honcho.
Look at
here-
gambits.
Yes, you do. So our head honcho here, seeing his sort of subordinates begin to fall, he reaches out and tries to strike you, Sandy, with his hand.
I am going to resist that.
As well you should.
Just say no.
He will do that.
Shoot.
Okay.
I was just about to say, can I use one of those to give him disadvantage? Can I?
I mean, you can use it to cancel it out.
Yeah, well, I was before he said he was going to do advantage. I was thinking I should use one of those to give him disadvantage, but it would cancel out his advantage. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
I do not want him touching me.
All right. Then we will. No, that's not right. Right?
There we go.
'Cause that goes here.
Yeah.
Is that correct so far? Yeah.
I think so.
Yep.
So he's just going to roll 1. So that is a 13 to hit you.
Missed me.
All right. So you are able to sort of bob and weave out of the way before he grabs you. You see that as his hand was approaching you, his palm was beginning to sort of. There were small. It almost looked like the skin on his palm was beginning to burn away.
Ugh.
As if the skin on his palm was sort of bubbling and moving as if it were being melted or burned off. And as he withdrew his hand, you see that his palm is fine now.
Sure, of course it is. Bastard.
Does that shimmer we saw before dissipate?
No.
Nah.
So it's,
Something else.
so it's not sanctuary.
So let's see here, and our friend here who has taken the 3 Kreen hostage,
Could be like Shillafit.
he drags the 3 Kreen back this way, and as he is doing so, you hear him. Not another blow. Well, this one gets it.
Think you can hit him? Cool as hell, wouldn't it?
Taxi. Just
Is it my turn?
It is now. Yes.
Okay, cool.
detect elderberry.
Wonderful part of town.
Does that give me good sightline?
Yes, that'll do. You will still be disadvantaged, however, because he's in the classic sort of hostage stance. Right.
Let's see what happens.
Take the shot. Take the shot, Moneypenny.
Damn it! No.
It's not
7.
1.
So good enough to not hit the 3 Kreen.
What'd you get?
A 7.
A 7 total.
Total.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was gonna say, come on.
You don't
If
hit.
it'd been
You don't hit
two,
either. of
like
them.
on dice.
There's the shattering of a pane of glass above them along this building here.
But clearly a warning wasn't.
You see, the the hostage taker cultist used his reaction as he sees that. You see him discharge the gun.
Oh.
Now this may not kill him because the 3 Kreen are very hardy in their
Got a carapace.
Not going to be
Yeah.
happy, though.
So
No, that's not gonna.
let's see.
Wasn't this 3 Kreen drinking earlier?
Yeah.
And that'll help a little bit.
Maybe.
Let the pain
Roll,
roll.
Yes.
roll, roll
He
with the
was
punches.
sober.
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
If you're taking 12.
So this guy. You see, there's this plume of smoke and this spark as you can see the shot actually connects with the 3 Kreen's carapace, but doesn't actually go through it. There's this sudden break off to the left in pain, and this wordless kind of high pitched shrill noise. Clearly, the 3 Kreen in pain. He drops to the ground off to the side, but he's clearly still alive, still moving around.
Okay.
I will.
You see the cultist looking at the body like.
As my free action, I'm going to throw off my cloak and draw my longsword as well.
Okay.
So I now am double fisting weapons, which my characters normally don't do. It's kind of cool. Feels nice.
So that was your turn, Sandy. It's your
All
turn
right.
again.
So I'm faced with 3 unwounded cult. Well, this number 6 is wounded, right?
Number 6.
Number 6 not looking too good. Yeah,
Okay.
he has a broken left arm because of a warhammer.
All right.
He's about to probably have another broken arm, I'm guessing, right?
I'm not going to break any bones with my
No,
rapier,
I might-
but
I might just
I
bulldoze
might open
through.
parts of him up. Let's see.
That's my idea. Just
Aha.
like bulldoze
Left
over.
and then go right, straight to number 1.
Okay.
No, just go
Or
straight.
just go straight to get 3.
Right, yeah. Make your way straight
I'm
through.
going to use my defensive posture gambit. I think. Let me see. Creature. Trying to read my own handwriting.
It's awful,
is
isn't
this
it?
from?
I hate trying to read my own handwriting.
Save. No.
Where are your gambits from?
They are from my class.
The scholar class?
Yeah. I think they're from my class. I don't think they're from my race.
No, that's your
Yeah.
class.
Defensive posture, which gives me dodge as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, very nice.
And if someone misses, I can attack the creature. Looks like I said plus ID. I have no idea what that would mean. Intellect dice. Oh, I get my intellect dice as a bonus. Oh, okay.
It's kind of a reaction to
Or my intellect die.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a D8. Okay. So, I don't know if that means I get to attack. And it says, defensive posture, dodge as bonus. I think I have to look this up. Do you happen to have the stuff handy, or I
Sure.
can find
Yeah.
it? I just have to
Trying.
go out
No
and.
problem. Just give me a second.
Thanks.
Loading up to
I'll
PDF.
keep looking for it. Let's see. Gaming. Here we go.
Attempt to share with
No,
me.
this is not it. Let's see. What did we call the directory you sent out?
Defensive posture, you can expend 1 intellect die and take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn.
Okay.
If a creature
Just a
misses you
bonus.
with an attack before the start of your next turn, you can use your reaction, of which you have 1, right, to make a weapon attack against the creature if it's within range, adding the intellect die to the attack roll.
Okay. So does that mean that I get to attack
Yes.
and use
You spend an intellect die, you enter defensive posture, so you can use dodge as a bonus action.
So, okay.
Then, before the start of your next turn, if any creature tries to hit you and misses,
Okay.
you can do a reaction to try to attack them.
So I still get to attack. I just
You still get an
dodges.
action.
Yeah, you still get a regular action. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Interventive posture, and I'm going to attack number 6. Try to kill him.
Okay.
Let's see. It's a D8. That's not going to kill him.
What's the roll?
I rolled a 2, but that's an 8 total.
An 8? No, that's not.
Do you want to re-roll it, maybe?
And chew up another one of those.
Sure.
We don't have a lot of them. Damn, I really wish he was dead though, because I wanted to move into his space. That was the whole point.
I mean, that's
Go for it.
that's
Just
part of the
reroll
reason
it.
why I recommend
All right.
going for it. Yeah.
Yep.
They're
All
going
right,
to be
I'm gonna do
moving
it.
in and out the whole game.
All right.
We
I
got to
see.
keep them
So
flowing.
just reroll.
We also have to keep from dying. So
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. That's a 16.
16, you say?
Yes.
Oh, that's it.
Okay. That does to this poor wounded bastard 7 points.
7 points of damage. Okay. So you reach out with your rapier, skewer this guy in the gut. You can see he reaches down. You release the rapier, and you see him clutch his side and fall over into the street dead.
Excellent. So now I am going to move over here. Actually,
And you're using your bonus action for the defensive posture
yes.
to dodge.
Right.
Or no, that's not how that works.
It's not.
No. Bonus action
Still
movements are different.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
No, I'm saying it's not disengaged, so you
Right.
would still.
Yeah.
There will be an attack of
Roll
opportunity
my
against
attack
you.
too.
And I
Yep.
think that the dodge will
Help.
ameliorate that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
We'll
let
have
me-
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
5 can
and
attack.
free me from this whole. Everyone
Yes.
gets to hit the barely armored.
So because you are
To
backing out here,
Yes.
5 is going to take an opportunity to attack you.
Okay.
Because you're leaving his threat range. You're still
Right.
within ones.
Yeah.
So he'll have a disadvantage.
Okay.
He'll try to swing at you. Let's see.
Two good rolls. I can't see them from here.
21 to hit you.
Oh, that's gonna do it.
Okay.
Just barely.
Let's see what happens.
But no, that's a 10.
that's the die that I need to melt down.
That's 5 slashing damage to you.
Okay. Well, that will put me, that will make dodging no longer a thing for me. I'm at
Take you down to
0.
0.
Okay, so he manages to get a lucky strike in, cuts you across the back with his scimitar, and you fall to the cobblestones.
Curses. Heroic unconsciousness.
I mean, you did take
Could've
somebody
been-
down.
Yeah, it could have been great.
Karaka.
I will yell, stand back up, and for healing word.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
That
right.
was-
I guess that
That
does.
sounds like a
Not in my
suitably
watch.
Karakoid healing word. Good up.
For 5 points of
All right. Thank you.
It's just
Unconscious.
payday 2 all over
Yeah,
again.
well, let's just
It's like that never happened.
pretend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
walk
means you're conscious again. So you don't have to make your death saves or anything. You're stabilized and you got
stay in the
points.
fight.
But you will have to use. You're down right now, so you will use half your movement to get back up.
Okay.
Right, to stand up from being prone.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my bonus action.
And what's your main action? Hitting?
Attacking number 1.
Okay. Sure.
Going clubbing?
Going
Clubbing.
clubbing.
That's fun.
These aren't seals.
Big bonuses. Big bonuses.
Must be.
14 to hit.
No,
Okay.
that's a miss.
I think we found their AC.
Well,
that's number
14
one,
to hit
though.
That's
one.
number
Yeah, that's a
one.
fair
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
He's got this spell on him and everything.
So, yeah, that'll be my
You do see as you swing a shimmering ochre kind of popping noise.
You would have hit him.
Oh, mage armor, maybe.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't I think of that? The first thing.
It's too obvious.
Right?
That's
It's
the problem.
too obvious,
It's too
yeah.
obvious. You're like, no, this has to be more.
No, it has to be something better.
This came out of the like tome of elemental evil or something.
That'd be something exquisite.
Okay.
Durr. I feel so stupid right now.
Yeah.
When are they gonna show up, by the way?
In about a couple hours.
They're
Flowers.
nowhere near.
I didn't
No
know
idea
how,
where we
I
are.
didn't know how
Enjoying
close they
this
were, that's all.
You've done it?
Is it donut time for the Dominican?
For someone.
Somebody gets
Well, number 2.
Crawler.
So we've got our friend number 5 here. No, thank you. He will turn around and try to slash at you with his scimitar.
It's fine.
He will take advantage to do that, since I have so many available.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Just do it.
There's a 15 to hit you.
Yes.
Do it.
Okay.
You
Barely,
can do
but
it.
yes.
Come on. He won't hurt you.
6
I
slashing.
still need to finish writing that. It's gonna be good.
You'll be fine. Don't worry
1,
about it.
3, and 5. So this one here backs up and tries to take another shot at the 3 creep.
Stupid
My whole
son of a
point
bitch.
was
What
to
is
try to
he
take
doing?
that guy out.
Is
and
the
I
3
failed.
crane prone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's same team, man. Like,
No.
why?
I mean, now he doesn't.
Now she's told. Well, he's prone, so
Right,
then
right.
he has
range
disadvantage
attack.
to hit.
Yep.
Just trying to help.
That is an 18 to hit.
God damn it.
Wow.
Splat.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And 3
I
crane.
think we were
Does
meant
get
to
hit
save
by
this
that.
guy.
I mean, anything's possible.
I'm out of spells, so.
It just comes down to priority.
2 piercing damage.
Good. Only 2. That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Another shot, and you can actually hear it sort of crumple off and ping slightly off of the 3
Carapace?
Crane's carapace. Yeah. He's not enjoying it, but he's not being mortally wounded either.
Oh, good.
Yes, I am
A little
bleeding,
to the
making me
right.
victor.
Then we have number 1, who, in reaction to you trying to hit him, reaches out with his hand and tries to grab you. He will do so with advantage.
Here we go.
And bottom, thing.
That is a 19 to hit you.
Miss.
Nice.
Nice indeed.
Okay. So you're able to kind of juke out of the way as he tries to reach forward.
Just smack it with my shield.
You see that same sort of melting sort of effect on his hand, and he's able to reach back. You see that the palm is fine, but then you see for a moment there's a flash where the ochre kind of field that was around him kind of almost breaks for a second. It seems to like glitch in a way.
I think I yell, "My mother made this! Don't touch that!"
Okay. Yeah. Surprisingly sentimental. Correct.
Are you gonna get like a knit
Leras, you're
hat at some point in time? That's like
No.
orange and yellow mix.
If it's not metal, I don't think.
I can never
It
find
would
anything
work.
that's
Knit chainmail. There you
I am going
it's just a coif.
to use my longsword on
No, it's
number
like
5.
Okay.
jeans
Long sorting number
fluffy
5.
hat.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Exactly.
Same thing.
Rolled a hit.
That's nat 20.
Whoa!
Oh, hey.
Oh man,
Nice.
I wanted to be the first.
That's
I'm sorry.
stuff. Very good.
Then
Should I roll for
let's
damage
shoot it.
first? Or?
So that-
I think
so
5.
you got-
No, with the longsword.
You were using a long sword,
Yeah.
and that does slashing
Stabbing
damage.
Yes, so it's 1d8 because I'm two-handing it right now.
Roll a d20.
D10.
Yeah,
No, d10 is if it's versatile.
D10 is
Is-
if you're two-handed.
Yeah.
No, I'm one-handing it. That's what I'm
She's
saying.
got the
I'm
gun in the other
two-handing
hand.
it,
Yeah.
That's why it's a d8.
Roll a d20. We'll see exactly what happens with this.
8.
8. Open gash. So you're going to roll your damage dice as normal, meaning that you're not doubling the damage dice.
Okay.
However, the creature's bleeding. For the next minute, the creature loses 1d4 damage at the start of each of its turns until it uses an action to staunch the wound.
Well, it's
Nice.
4 damage, which is not what I wanted to do.
And you did that to number 5.
Yep.
Don't worry, let the DOT kill him.
So how much damage did you do? 4?
4.
Yep,
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Slowly.
So you slash,
This is how we're
and you see that you tear open a portion of the robe around the top left portion of the chest, and you can see this sort of open gash
I hear that one a lot.
in his chest. And you see There's a kind of an arc of blood, and you can see it's beginning to actively sort of pour from his skin.
If it's a 4, it's a crumble.
He's a little distracted by it.
So that's why they wear red robes.
Mm-hmm. So you can't tell they're bleeding.
Well, they're black, so it's
They're-
easier to get the
red out.
red out.
But then they can't use bleach, so...
Club soda.
Okay,
Club soda.
So I'll take that.
Ironically,
I
club
can't
soda is
find
the one
skills
thing they
in
haven't invented in this time.
I'll work on it. I should have.
You know what you're inventing next.
Yes. Hey. I have Hylian, so I can practice some
skills.
inhaling and
Talks about them.
working on that.
You're looking for like specific uses?
For what?
Okay.
I'm looking for a description of what each one is.
Oh, each one of what?
Here we go.
Okay, they're under the.
Was that all you wanted to do?
That's all I can do.
Okay.
Because I'm not provoking an opportunity of attack.
Sandy, it's actually your
Flies
turn.
range.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to. There we go. Save. I'm looking. Hold on.
I should have bought some healing potions. I don't care
It
enough
doesn't
money.
say anything about it.
They're pretty
expensive.
pricey.
Yeah,
They are expensive,
Alright.
at least for level 1 people.
Yeah.
There was a time at one point where the acrobatic skill could allow you to to
leave
evade an
threat
attack of
range.
opportunity or something
Yeah,
like that.
to leave threat range without provoking. That's 3.5, I think.
Yeah. It's like I know there was something somewhere. So
That's the
I
disengage
want to
action.
kill that guy.
Well,
sure, we all
technically, if you move 1, 2, 3, you will only provoke opportunity attack from this guy.
Yeah, the one guy.
Hey, what are the odds?
He doesn't have a weapon out.
Yeah.
So what is he going to do? Punch you?
Boom!
Can you,
with
can
a
you
squirming
actually do
palm.
opportunity attack?
Right?
No,
Oh, can you make
can't
opportunity
cast the
attack with
spell.
spell? You can't, can you?
Unless
You
if
need a
have-
feat.
Not a
yeah,
Which
spell.
this guy might have. Warcaster, I think, lets you use
Alright.
cantrips
What the hell?
as attacks of opportunity.
Let's see what happens.
is amazing.
He doesn't have a weapon out, right?
No, does
Okay.
not have one out.
Let's gamble.
As you pass by, he pays you no mind.
Okay.
He's not even going to look at you. He doesn't attempt to sort of reach out or anything. His eyes are focused on Karaka at the moment.
So do
I shank him! No.
If you want
How
to.
dare you? You're like, wait, this is backstab opportunity.
If I were a rogue and could gain some
You're
advantage
this-
by it, I would. But
Your animation.
I have
just
eyes
fits
only
on his
for-
silhouette.
dick face there.
Okay.
Okay.
That's, yeah, I love that song.
That's our
I
friend.
only have eyes for dick face.
There was not. I thought you were
Okay, so you're
saying
going to roll
about
on hit number
Dark
3.
Man.
We're finishing off the 3 green. I have
Alright.
advantage right now.
Hey,
This
this
is Froden.
You know,
within
it
5
wouldn't
feet.
Be, yeah, it wouldn't
This
be like
D20's
finishing
final
goal. It would be
chance
like a
to not get
mercy
bagged
kill.
for the night.
Alright.
And it fails. And it's getting bagged for the night.
What's your bonus?
It's plus 6, so it's a 15.
15.
That is.
15 is
Okay.
good.
Yay!
Still don't care.
hit the,
Just made it.
thing.
So number 3,
Still
how
don't
much
care.
damage you do?
So that is...
9?
5
Is that a
plus
5? I think I'm
Yeah.
at plus 4. Hang on. I can't read.
Is
What,
that
a
your
dex
dex,
attack?
right? Dex mod?
Hang on.
Yeah, plus 4 if it's dead.
D8 plus 4. Yep. Alright.
So 9 damage.
9 damage.
Okay. How do you kill this guy?
Oh!
Yay.
You're rushing in on him with your rapier.
Well, he's looking down at this guy, trying to get a better
firing at the
shot
3
at
cream.
this guy
Yeah.
who's clearly done nothing to him. So I'll put the rapier through his ear.
Okay. Woof.
Ah. Does this come out on the other side?
No,
Of course it does. Yes, of course it does. I rule it.
Fine.
So
We've officially
it's
slipped
this,
into
it's
horror
this
movie
skewering
territory.
like
DM has spoken.
like putting a knife through a watermelon,
DMV out.
and you see him
It's a kebab.
instantly go rigid and then limp. You see that the flintlock clatters to the ground, and now he is basically on your sword, and suddenly your sword becomes very heavy as his whole body is dragging it down.
I just let him slide off because the blade's going to
this
bend a little
heat
bit.
ray
He crumbles
comes
to the
out,
ground.
and it's like dangling in the end of the rapier.
Yeah. Okay. Karaka, you're next.
Okay. I'll take advantage to hit number 1.
Sure. Is this
How does 18?
18 hits. Yeah.
Hit number 1. Is that your name?
Yes. Ooh, max damage.
12 points of damage.
12 points
Good.
of damage. Okay.
Crash dummies impact.
Ooh,
So you swing with your warhammer. You get him in sort of the chest region. You hear clearly you've made impact. You see him react, and there's a kind of grunt of pain. But it's clear that he's made of sterner stuff than the rest of these cultists because he's still up and still ready to go. Okay,
when does number 5 take damage?
On his turn.
on his turn when his turn starts.
She really wants to see this crit.
No, I just know his
pay
turn's
off.
coming up, so I'm
Yeah.
like ready for it.
At the start of each of its turns. Yes.
Okay.
So, speaking of that, let's roll and see how
You
much.
want it? Cool.
Unless he
3.
takes an action.
You will
too.
take 3
Yeah, but then he'd have to do it now.
as he is
Maybe.
bleeding. He does his best to back up slightly and
Come on, leave my attack.
tries to swing at you.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
Give her an attack of opportunity.
That is an 8 to hit you.
No.
He feebly misses, as you can see that he's losing blood. He's becoming paler. It's clear that he's losing his sense of dexterity and energy.
I feel real bad for him.
Number 1, meanwhile, recoils from the blow, and you see him curl up his fist and then try to basically sucker punch you in the solar plexus region.
Trying to uppercut.
And he's taking advantage.
Told you,
Got
it's
it.
very fluid.
He's got to try to hurt this.
That is a 13 to hit you.
Please.
Clink!
Unable to make purchase.
Just.
Then Leras, it's actually your turn.
Great. It's another longsword for number 5.
Okay.
That is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, cool. That's 11 damage.
Nice.
11 damage. Okay.
That
Is there, any
sounds final.
is there any particular way that you murder this man? Or is it just sort
I
of
just stabbed him in the chest.
indiscriminate stabbing? Another body drops to the ground. And now all that remains is our head cultist.
Somebody gonna kill Steel.
From whom?
Sandy?
So
Yeah, from who, really?
I think that okay. Is it possible? How's this guy looking? Looking pretty rough.
He's taken a point blank shot
To
the head,
dragon.
and you can clearly see some on the carapace what looks like cracking and crumpling. There's a little bit of blood trickling out. He's taken another shot.
Okay.
He's not looking great, but if a human being had taken, or anything softer than that, an elf, a half elf, anything like that, they probably would have been flat out killed by that. But he's hanging in there.
Okay, but he's not up and dancing around,
No,
bobbing
sir.
and weaving.
No, he is not.
Can I push him out of the way without doing further damage? I mean, can I gently drag him back? I want to get in on this fight, but I also want to put myself between. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
Is that possible
Yeah, you could do that.
within the mechanics of the game?
So, I
He's
would.
kind of an ally if he doesn't resist my doing it. He's kind of an ally. I assume he knows that I'm.
He's in a
helping.
position where he's not able to move around really ably.
Right.
So I would say make an athletics check.
Okay.
See if you can sort of drag him or sort of force him out of the way.
Fair enough.
And essentially exchange places with him.
Yeah, exactly. All right, athletics check. What's my athletics? +2. All right. What's that say? I can't
There's a
read
12.
it. Okay, 14.
14? That'll do. Yeah, you're able to sort of drag him back and take his place.
Okay, so can I shank this guy from behind with my rapier?
Technically, that would have been your action.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That was your major thing that you did, is to move him out of the way and take
Which is
Okay.
not
Take his
bad.
No, that's fine. I can,
that's good.
I
Keep
can
him
live
safe.
with that.
Karaka.
There we go. I'll take advantage.
Of course you will.
Oh,
I wish flanking were a thing in this edition.
Yeah, they kind of dropped it for simplicity's
I don't have
sake.
expanded
It's
crit,
optional.
so
How is it?
Yeah.
how does a 20?
I think it's in like the back of the PHP.
25 sounds like it
Yeah.
would work.
That's 9 points damage.
9 points. Okay.
Is this guy like super cool and we shouldn't be killing him right now?
No, he's just tough.
I'm just checking. that's all.
Hopefully.
Maybe
Like-
you can have some last words.
You act like I've never DM'd a game of Dungeons and Dragons before.
I would never assume that. I'm just saying.
You
I know
never put the cool
The
guy,
cool guy.
by himself in the middle of the stream so that all the level ones can bludgeon him to
you
death.
put him on the roof, and he's just there like.
Watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm just checking.
Some kind of amateur.
No, you had like special enemies for each of our characters in the last long-term game. You.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, but that was also pretty far.
They were serious
That's
business,
true.
and they were farther in.
Piece
Okay.
of paper, Leon.
Why do you have paper, Leon?
So, Karaka, was that the only thing
It's
that you
just
wanted
stuck
to do?
to his
in
face.
your-
He's
Yeah.
not even chewing
like-
on it. It's stuck to his nose.
Oh, Leon, you're precious.
You're a good boy, nevertheless.
So this, our head cultist tries one more time
Okay.
to strike you, Karaka.
Quit trying to hit me.
Has
and
there
hit
been
me.
any sort of recognition on this cultist's face? Because after I took off my cape, and you can actually see what my character looks like.
He's been distracted.
He has been,
Distracted. I just wanted to know.
it's like he's in a sort of battle meditation. He's sort
Good
of
to go.
focused on
Focused.
killing the non-believers.
I'll see if I know him after he's done.
He's trying to show that he doesn't have performance anxiety.
One of
Right
the.
now.
So that's a 17 to hit you.
It's not doing a good job.
No.
Karaka's really just hard to hit.
So he tries another sort of jab with the left, and you're able to sort of juke out of the way. Leras.
Okay.
Yeah, let's murder. Yay!
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hey, my
when
character's
did we
usually
turn
the one
into
like back
murder
there going,
hobos?
I missed. I missed. Sorry, guys. Have fun up there. So this, I will.
It's refreshing.
Can I put up my flintlock as a free action, or is that a?
You can stow it. Yeah.
I just want to stow it so I can use my.
That's not
I
I
anything.
want to use
Interact.
two-handed.
Yeah.
You get one for free.
Maybe we gotta keep our fortune the way it is.
You can always re-roll if you need to.
It's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Does it? No, I thought it wouldn't hit. Okay,
I missed last time.
I
cool.
think his mage armor is
Something
taking
popped
more
off.
damage
Oh,
or something.
well, that just lasts 8 hours. Just so.
Just last. Oh, it does last straight up 8
6
hours.
damage.
If it were mage
Mage
armor.
armor. If it were
Yeah.
mage armor. It might have been
If
a
it were-
shield
yeah.
spell, but they only work against missile
That's
weapons.
6 damage.
And that only
6
lasts one
damage.
round.
Okay.
I mean, it
You're using your
obviously
long
could be
sword?
something
I am.
numbered
It
as
could also be
So
like Shield of
you,
Faith, which is what I'm using. which is
Strike, and you manage to get
concentration.
him across the back and
That
the
would make
side.
sense.
You see him coil back and
Which is good, I
grab
haven't
the sword wound.
Just gotta lean on it.
Still looking defiant, but it's clear that he's on sort of shaky ground here.
The
Sandy,
ground's pretty
Let's see
firm
if I
from
can
where I'm
shake it
standing.
down.
I don't know.
I can spend this and make it
Nat
quick.
20.
Not moving at all.
A critted. Critical hit. Critted. Very good.
Roll a
So
d20.
so
Let's see what happens.
so you're using a rapier. That's a piercing, I think it is. Roll a d20 again.
I know, really. So this could all go
pressure.
pear-shaped on me still?
No, it's
no,
so good.
no, it's so good.
It's just what type of...
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to roll your damage
not like
dice
you're
twice
confirming.
as usual,
Okay, so I rolled a 6 that first time.
and then you roll again.
And again.
So that's 12.
Wow.
Okay. No, and I've
Plus
got
your
it-
dex.
Plus your
Oh, okay.
four.
I've got plus 4 damage for both of those.
No, it's just the one time.
Just the
Oh,
one.
just
So basically,
one
you're
time.
just doubling your damage dice.
Oh,
so
I
it's
see.
16.
16 damage.
16.
16 damage. Okay. How do you kill this man?
Just a very cinematic
Oh, sure.
blade
that's-
pokes out through his sternum from behind. And then as he falls away, I'm revealed
So,
behind him.
Karaka, you see, as he's trying to struggle back up, you can see his palm begin to sort of bubble and roil with this kind of burning ochre. And you see there's just a tiny bit of metal poking out of just above the rib cage. And you see him cough, and there's a stream of blood down his throat. And then there's a quick... And then you see him fall to his knees into the cobblestone streets, and you see Sandy behind him.
Laughing like that.
Just like you didn't notice all your friends disappeared.
I will clean and sheathe my longsword and go help the 3 Kreen up.
Yeah, you go see what the deal is with him. See if we can get any info out of him.
Oh, this is your.
Crap.
Thank you.
I should have studied medicine a little bit better. Now that I'm all out of.
You see the 3 Kreen is against the side of the building there, next to
I don't know your
a
anatomy very
wooden
well.
crate, using it as to kind of brace himself. His pupils are the lenses essentially covering his eyes are narrowed. It looks like his movements are slow and sort of erratic. It looks like he is in. He's taken a serious blow to the head. He's probably in shock or has some kind of the equivalent of a concussion or something. He's not able to really focus on much at the moment.
Does anyone have higher medicine than +4?
I don't
don't think so.
I don't have any medicine. I have a +2 in wisdom, but that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, can I do anything for him? Kind of patch him up a little bit, get him stabilized, or does he need stabilizing, or does he just need to be taken somewhere comfy?
You can. It's clear you can tell that these aren't life-threatening injuries, but they're serious injuries.
Okay.
So if you left them untreated, almost certainly
Yeah.
they would get worse and cause a pretty significant problem.
Okay.
But if you were to get him to a priest or a doctor or something like that, and could sort of patch him up a little bit,
like
get
the
him
guy who's
rest,
gone now, because
for
of these
instance.
guys. Right.
We can take him back and see if there's any supplies left. And
That's a good idea. Yeah. Take him back to Father Mercer's place and see if there's a.
if
enough
you can
stuff
try to
left
patch,
there.
I'll try to help.
Okay. Thank you. Off we go.
I'll try to carry him on my back.
You're probably the guy to do the carrying.
Get that strength score.
Okay, so you're gonna fireman's carry this 3 Kreen who's considerably larger than you.
Really?
Well, how tall are you?
I'm probably like 6'5".
The 3 Kreen are like 7
Oh
feet.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Plus they've got that back bit. They're like giant praying mantises, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
I would like to kind of take the cloak off the dead leader's face and see if I recognize him from
Okay.
my
Oh
cold
yeah.
days.
So
These bodies.
you remove his hood, and you see a figure with it's a bald man with sort of tight, thin lips and sort of dark circles around both eyes. But you can see that reaching up from the bottom right of his jaw across his face and sort of just barely touching the eyelids, the left eyelids, is this sort of almost like reaching burn.
Mm-mm.
Like you can see that it's as if some kind of burning caustic substance, whether that was fire or acid or something, sort of traced across and just stopped.
Mm. Mm.
But you do not recognize it.
Do any of them have anything we want to keep besides maybe their masks for disguises, masks and robes?
None of them were wearing masks.
Oh, okay.
They were all hooded.
I will
I see.
remove the others' hoods and see
But
if they
not
have the
like
same
hooded.
birds.
They do not. They have. They're all men. They all have. They're all human men. They have various features, but nothing that you would recognize as.
Oh, that's Steve.
That's Steve.
From accounting?
Steve, the cultist. Yeah, no.
Steve from
They're essentially they're strangers.
I just wanted to check.
This was his first away mission.
Yep,
Pouches.
absolutely.
They might have.
I mean, he just asked if there's anything on the bodies. Do we need to?
Well, I mean, there's
Pouches of
they're
gold.
wearing their ceremonial robes, of course,
Corn pouches.
which have been sort of largely messed up.
have holes in them.
Sartorially speaking. Some of them had scimitars on them. They have the one, of course, who drew a flintlock pistol.
Oh yeah.
You're more than welcome to look throughout the bodies and then take
Yeah.
those weapons. If you
Okay,
want.
sure. How do the scimitars compare to my rapier?
Scimitar does 1d6
Mhm.
damage.
Ooh.
And
That's all right.
they're also finesse,
Yeah.
but you can. If you're...
If you were into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
What does it take to dual wield in this edition of the game?
You can just
You
do
can
it.
just do it if it's finesse.
Yeah.
And light.
And light.
And light.
Yeah.
They need to be light. And sometimes I think they are
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, they're light.
So you can
dual wield
spend
rapiers
your-
too, I think, can't you?
you can use you can
they're
use your
not
bonus action to do
Well, you
right.
can, but
second
there's a
attack.
negative, right?
I'm sorry.
You can't use.
You can use your action to attack with melee with
Okay.
first hand and bonus action with second attack.
Okay.
So
Are there,
even
there are penalties, I assume?
You can't use your
if it's all light and
ability
finesse,
score.
Yeah, you're just doing flat
right,
damage
right,
with the
right,
second
right.
one. You're not
You
adding your
don't-
ability modifier.
you don't add your.
So there are sort of negative balances there, unless
the
you
damage.
right.
like
you don't
take
add
a
to
feat
the
or something
damage,
that
it's
allows
just
you
the
to dual
dice.
wield like
Okay.
efficiently, or
I
You
see.
get
for
the
one.
fighting
Which is
style.
Yeah.
not bad for like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some
Hmm.
options.
Or even the feet. Then you can
Yeah.
dual wield
Yeah.
rapiers.
Then you can dual wield long swords.
One in each hand.
I see.
Okay, so amongst them, it looks like they weren't carrying any gold of any kind.
Okay.
They weren't going shopping. That's for
There
sure.
are among them, however, 4
No
of these
choosing
sort
those
of
front punches-
gnarled
punches.
bronzish scimitars. It's clear they're not made out of bronze, but they've got a kind of a bronze cast to them. And there is a single flintlock pistol that was used by our hostage taker.
Is it a special in any way? Just to
It looks like a standard issue flintlock.
We should just take all their stuff. There's no reason not to. And then off we go. Right?
If you
Let's
say
go.
so, I'm not there.
That's right. I keep forgetting you're not there.
Speaking of which, now that this situation has resolved itself and Karaka is fireman's carrying this 7-foot-tall free cream back to, you were heading towards the mercer's place, right?
Yes.
The Illmater's shanty. Okay. We catch back up with Gabriel and Kyoko. What are you doing right now?
I think we were in the back of a taxi.
Yeah, I think we were.
Where were you headed?
Leon,
Well,
the donuts might be in danger. There.
oh no.
I'll
I
keep
just
an eye
saw
on
his head.
You can
pop
put
up.
that down here on the table.
Well, I remember in a couple hours,
Excuse me, my friend.
I have a time set to meet them in the
the half cock.
About
Half-cocked
9, right?
tavern.
Or 8? 8.
Yeah.
8.
I think it was an 8 at 8. Yeah, and
We'd just been to what? Like a mechanist of some sort?
or
Or
yeah,
alchemist?
it was a alchemist store.
The gnome I wanted to hug.
The Akas, Resolve of the Sphinx shop. Yeah, we're hanging out with him, and he gave me some stuff.
You want a
I
glass?
just have a swallow.
So, what?
Yeah, she's going to get you a glass.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the giant glass.
So you visited the gnome. He explained that, a little bit more about Hylian and its
Thank you so much.
sort of anti-agent, if you will. And you saw that, if I'm remembering correctly, you took a look at his sort of purchasing ledger. And things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
we
Copy
write
that
down the
down.
names of who purchased some, and one name was particularly interesting, which I don't remember. You wrote it down, right? You wrote it down.
Maybe in my notes somewhere.
Shit.
You're still there looking at it, so I'm
It
sure
was,
Jason will tell you again.
It was
Jim, yes, Jim.
Yes. John Smith.
I'm
I
pretty
have
sure
it right
it wasn't
here.
Jim.
Definitely Jim.
Yep.
Let's see. One buyer, nameless, paid up front and specifically called for the anti-agent.
Oh yeah, anti-agent. I remember. Right.
The ledger had a doodle next to
Oh yeah, there was a cranes question mark and the poop emoji.
The what emoji? Poop emoji?
Poop
There's a-
emoji. Yeah.
there's a goblin's face with a wizard's hat on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or that.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It was difficult to tell the two apart. Yeah.
But do I have
Who is
the right
Cranes?
name? It's Cranes.
Cranes, Craines.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So that was a name, or like how they put them in the list?
Was an
Okay.
odd buyer on the list.
Right.
Yeah, he bought a lot of Hylian, paid up front.
Okay. Yeah, I totally forgot about the anti thing.
That's lovely.
Anti-aging.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit sweet, but not bad for the first try.
So, I
No,
mean,
first try.
that was
Pineapple?
I'd call that a triumph for the first try.
For this recipe.
For this recipe.
Oh, okay.
It's the fourth batch.
I would call it
Pineapple.
a successful night, right?
We've done good.
Yeah. Time to go to home.
Go to
Oh, wait a second. Half cocked, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
We want to go there early and get drinks?
Are we talking about going to Puxborough? No.
Exactly what I was thinking.
No. Let's hang out here for a while and
But they'll be cheaper.
see.
Are you going to idle in the
Exactly.
taxi outside the half-cocked? Used to get out?
Yeah.
No, let's find it at
Cappy will kick you out.
where are we? We're in like
Let's see
Okerlund
who
right
keeps the
now.
fair.
Okerlund? Yeah,
Yes,
you're in the
Okerlund.
Mercantile District. Yeah.
Yep.
Can we find like a bar in Okerlund?
Of course.
Or a lounge, I suppose it may be referred to?
Ooh, even better.
Yeah.
Okerlund?
Finish.
Like,
Yeah.
You mean
Like the ochre jellies.
like the colors that
The
these
color,
guys were
yeah.
wearing on
like
these
a,
guys
like
on
a
their
hookah place
robes
with
and,
nice sofas.
and the colors of their
that would
magic.
be nice, yeah.
Nice.
Big pillows.
Yeah, yeah. It's, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Wow,
looking for
I
a
love
lounge.
D&D.
We are looking for a hookah lounge.
Show up and I just sniff both of you and go, why do you smell like that?
What do you
They-
smell
they-
like?
they
that?
use like
you
a-
smell like blood.
They used like a watermelon for the filter.
Ah.
Bug farts.
It's like
Okay. So are you just kind of trolling the
Grapefruit.
streets to try to find this place, or do you have?
I know a place. It's just I
Like your
actually,
usual place?
Yeah, one
Whatever
of
that
the
may be.
regulars. They have
Okay.
a chain.
Sounds good.
Head there, blow like what, the hour or two we have until
Yeah,
we're
hour
supposed
or
to
two.
meet them?
Yeah.
So you head to a notable gentleman's club in Okerlund, known as the Panther's Repose.
Did you just make that up?
Panthers.
Nice.
The Panther's Repose.
Well, we're adding that to the list of locations that exist in this world.
Welcome to the world, Panthers Repose.
It's a good name. You're still a very good boy.
And I realize you're licking me because my fingers taste like donuts and not because you love me.
Why couldn't it be both?
I can't do
In your mind and heart.
So you head inside this. You've been here before.
Absolutely.
It's a fine establishment, decorated and furnished in the manner of sort of a Art Deco dance hall. It's got kind of sort of marble tile and all these sort of flowing, curved, gilded accents, and in the classic sort of Art Deco style. And there are lots of well upholstered, sort of dark blue velvet chairs and tables available for you to just have a seat and enjoy a drink. Currently, there is what looks like an all-halfling band performing on the sort of the kind of intimate stage that they have off to the left-hand
I
side.
imagine one of them is like in
Just
the
like
contrabass.
big as
They are playing a kind of a what you would call a dark jazz, a kind of a meditative sort of jazz.
That's awesome.
Kind of
Yeah.
Halflings playing moody jazz.
the kind that you can hear in a classic noir detective.
Yeah,
kind of film.
that's the juice. Yep.
You see, there is a
That's an episode title.
there is a half elf woman in a modest but appealing uniform, not unlike that of a bellhop, but somewhat more revealing. She approaches the two of you. Can I get you boys anything?
Oh, I will take my white brim hat just immediately and bow. And say, yes, please. Can we have a booth for two?
Of course, right this way, sir.
Take Slight offense to the misgendering, but follow.
Right? I wondered. I was like, hold on.
Yeah, no.
Kyoko is a girl, but that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone can read gender on
yeah.
non-human or non-humanoid species so easily. So she walks the two of you back to a recessed booth with a nice sort of curved half-circle lounge kind of seating. There is, sure enough, what looks like a sort of dark blue colored hookah sitting in the middle of this table, and there are the occasional sort of what look like crystalline coasters. Essentially, they're sort of very thin light crystal pads. Essentially, that you'd assume are meant to hold your drinks stable. She seats you and then pops open a small handheld journal. It says, "Oh, what can I get you?"
Extra lady.
Whiskey.
Whiskey for the lady.
Sex on the beach. I guess I don't know.
Apple tea for the tea.
Yeah. Apple teeny for me.
And for you, Mr. Thornton?
I will say, as usual, please.
Your usual.
Yes, please.
Of course.
Whatever that happens to be.
It just comes out with
Just like a neon green.
comes out with like a root beer float
Yeah.
with a crazy straw.
A weird wiggly straw, yeah.
Glass of fucking chocolate milk. Yeah. Something.
Yep. Graham crackers, cream.
Thank you.
A glass of chocolate milk that has been pre-bubbled.
Yeah.
Pre-bubbled.
The
So-
decadence.
You see
You
her.
gotta aerate it, right? So
You see her fold up the journal, and say, I'll return shortly if you desire any nourishment for this evening. Our kitchen will be open for another 3 hours.
Thank you.
I told you the donuts weren't safe there.
Mm-hmm.
where'd they go?
So
Where'd
you
they
know-
go? But they're gone.
Your dog
Mistress,
was so
the
betrayed,
donuts
Jason.
are gone.
This makes no sense.
He loves
How
donuts
could this
as
be?
much as
They were
Jason.
just there,
He
Leon.
loves
That was an
foods.
awkward question. Have I seen any familiar faces in this?
You are not crazy.
Perception check.
Perception, sure.
The food monkeys moved them.
Perception.
He will slurp you when you least expect it.
Gotta keep that perfect distance.
Why can't I find perception?
Or when you
10.
expect it, and because somebody
Right?
puts you up to the face.
Oh, yeah.
No, 12, sorry.
Somebody's
12.
wielding the dog
Okay.
as a weapon.
You don't. So you're scanning the crowd. It's about a half full evening. It's an off night for the Panthers Repose. Again, as this is a gentleman's club, you see mostly male humanoids, humans, half elves, the occasional dwarf. But you do notice that there's no one you recognize, but you do see a peculiar sight. You see a tall, thin, androgynous-looking human, sort of a long, pointed nose, a just barely sort of cheek-length auburn hair, sort of kind of obscuring in a bang style, obscuring the eyes, wearing a long yellow, what looks like it almost looks like a kimono. It's that kind of thin material and a long, but it's a solid, it's a solid gold kind of wrap, not made of gold, obviously. Underneath is like a blue, almost like a bodysuit, and you can see some what look like animal teeth hanging from two necklaces that are around this person's neck.
Would I say this place is out of character for him?
For this particular person, you've never seen this person
humanoid, right?
in the Panthers Repose,
Mhm.
and the people who do show up to the Panthers Repose don't tend to dress like that.
I'm gonna give you like a quick little kick to the shin and be like,
What? I'm like, is
You
there
almost like
something?
spill your drink.
Is there under the table something?
Sloshed your root beer float.
Ease up. You've been here before, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you know that guy? And I'll point out the person you've kind of been staring at.
No, that's I've never seen him before here. Seems a little out of character.
All right. I'm just gonna like hop off the seat and. Is he seated alone?
This person is seated alone. Looks like
bar table.
nurse at a booth on the sort of halfway between the corner where you've sat and the other sort of extreme corner.
Okay.
Matching.
Dead center.
In a similar booth that's sort of been recessed into the wall, nursing a small sort of dark reddish sort of liquid in what looks like a tumbler. Not making eye contact with anybody else in the bar, however, just sort of staring out and then occasionally taking a drink of this dark red substance from this tumbler. As you are you approaching? Is what you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my like leather trench coat with the blunderbuss wrapped up in it
Sure.
over there.
Sets a tone.
So just wandering over in the fine clothing of it.
As you approach, you see this figure a little bit closer. You see that around this figure's eyes are what look like a kind of a splotchy reddish pink. It's almost like eyeshadow. It's some kind of cosmetic. It's clearly not. It's not skin
Not natural.
damage. It's not a burn or anything like that. It's some kind of weird mottled kind of cosmetic that's been applied. Black lips, and then what looks like a kind of a tribal line drawn down the chin, sort of terminating just there, in a kind of a similar blue as the bodysuit that this character's wearing.
See that?
As you're approaching this booth. As you draw closer, you hear a voice from the booth say, "Sit down."
I'll hop up and take a seat.
This figure doesn't look at you, continues to sort of nurse the drink, swirling around the liquid in the tumbler.
Look what you've done with your eyes.
You got it. You got its attention.
Yep.
Her eyes flash up. They are the same color as her bodysuit, but they're incredibly vibrant. They almost royal with a kind of an energy that you don't see very often. This character looks at you. Your friend seemed very interested in me. What can I do for him?
I wouldn't know. He's apparently much more of a regular. This is my first time.
And for you?
Curious. About your makeup, mostly.
Where did you buy the lipstick, huh? She did buy cosmetics.
Yeah, flashback to her buying cosmetics at the start of the campaign.
How droll. If you must know, I make this myself.
Really?
Fancy.
Where'd you get the materials?
This has been an awful lot of questions for a stranger.
Well, how else do you get to know someone?
By introducing yourself first, I should think.
Well, I'll go first. I'm Kyoko.
Kyoko. You're... Did you hear that? No.
Perfectly timed.
Yep.
What the fuck was that?
Somebody gets the chimes.
Kyoko, you are Takako's ward, are you not?
You're connected.
I'm in the know, yes.
Do I overhear this conversation?
It's far away enough that you can see the conversation but not hear it.
So
Well, you just need to make listening.
What's your interest?
In you.
Well, I suppose that's a place to start.
It's my job to know things and to make connections.
Are you freelance?
You could say that. But you'd be wrong.
May I ask your name?
No.
Description.
I see you're the
Yep.
type to keep things to yourself. A real knowledge is power sort of person.
Bodysuit?
If only you knew.
Human?
Hmm?
Human?
Seems like human.
Looks human, yeah, but as I said before, the
makeup.
the gender
Yeah.
of this character and the
I'm not
makeup.
concerned about gender. I just wondered if they were half elf or human or.
No, this is it's
what we
clearly humanoid in the sense of it's hard to tell because of
Yeah, he could be like
because of the
Genasi
hair.
or-
But this character could be human, could be a half elf, anything that has the sort of basic shape and kind of size of a human being.
Not like halfling.
Not a halfling, not a dwarf, clearly not a three-creen or a plantkin or anything like that. You can cross all those off
Stand
the
out a
list.
little bit.
How is your mother these days? Still out on the frontier, I take it?
Indeed. Still upholding law and order.
Still settling comfortably for the lower hanging fruit.
I suppose so.
What about you?
Bit of a personal question for somebody who won't give me their own name.
The personal questions, I find, are the quickest way to know a person. I prefer to jump straight to that.
How does it look from this? Like, how does that conversation? Like, I see them talking to each other. How does it look? Is it like tense or like? Do I see both their faces?
No,
from the
you
side,
can
or
see
only her.
you
and-
can see Kyoko's face, and you can see sort of the rear of this character, and you see.
Imagine it's kind of like faces you'd imagine in a chess match,
right.
where there's a lot of like, at least Kyoko's
You
like
can see that-
concentrating and
that
trying to do mental gymnastics.
Both Kyoko and this figure
Eye squints.
have a kind of a not. There's a kind of relaxed openness
Oh, okay.
to their bodies.
Nice.
You specifically, Kyoko, can see that this character has looked at you once when you commented on the eye makeup, and then continued to either look off or at the tumbler of alcoholic liquid, whatever it may be.
Well, at this point, like I don't have many friends. So now that I saw that the contact is established with some person that I've never seen before, I'm gonna ask Theodore to grab his pouch with a gun and ask him to follow me, and I will grab my drinks and whatever I ordered.
They haven't come.
Oh, have you?
Banana split.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
a boat.
It's like
the waitress hasn't come back.
More
But yeah,
like
so
it.
you're able to.
So yeah, I'm gonna
Banana boat, s'mores, and
I'm
side
gonna
order
walk
of sushi.
towards them, kind of like in the
all over the place.
try to be friendly as
Sure.
banana splits in the suit.
Gabriel being friendly.
Oh yeah, let's
Stephen Wiggins.
what would I say? I would say to Kyoko, I'm glad you found your friend. It wasn't very polite to abandoning me by myself over there. But nice to meet you, Gabriel Tharma. Hello.
I
and
know who you are.
who might you be?
I'm giving you this like eye daggers.
Why don't you have a seat, Mr. Tharman?
I will scooch over a little bit.
Ixnay on the talkie.
I will take a seat.
I know, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Who are you? You know me, and clearly, a man of a name.
Who doesn't know Gabriel Tharma?
Indeed.
Artisan in the area, well-known artificer, mechanist. All of the nobles and high rollers in Caldcrest, well, you have them at your beck and call for any trinket or bit that they may need for them or their children.
Nothing new there. So, who am I talking to? Excuse me, if I may.
There's just this like irritated little fox sitting next to you. You're like a foot tap, 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 tap.
No, perfectly calm except the tail.
Whipping
It's
the
like
tail.
a bottle brush.
Just poofing up.
Yeah.
You may call me Divine.
Divine? How? Excuse me, Mr. Divine. How do you spell that?
Divine. And don't call me Mister.
Oh. Pardon me.
You don't just
the
like
eye
tread on
daggers.
toes. You just go poof. What'd you say?
Ooh.
Now I'm picturing Divine, like, giant.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Like
I'm
Tilda
sorry,
Swinton, Divine. How about that?
Okay, yeah.
Milady? Mistress?
I'm not comfortable with that.
I'm like,
Divine is cool. Thank you.
Oh,
there's this moment where the camera goes over, just thinking to herself, like, I could just hop over the back and just walk away. Maybe.
yeah. Twitchy ear. One ear's just twitching.
Kyoko and I were just catching up on the fortunes of her mother out on the frontier.
Oh, indeed. You knew Kyoko? You know Divine for a long time? And she knows your mother? You're together for what?
You just get like a cold stare at this point of like, it's halfway between like, I can't believe you don't get it yet, and why don't you get it yet?
I'm just like blank, like smiling at you, just like nodding.
Gabriel just became my favorite character in this campaign.
Yes.
Alright, so if we need to talk to someone, I'm going to Karaka.
You were saying, Kyoko, about your prospects.
They're looking a lot better in the city than in the frontier. The local, they don't like the term sheriff, do they?
The upside of all this,
The
upside of all this is that your stock in Divine's eyes just went up considerably just because he sat down.
Yeah.
Good cup, bad cup. One's just bad in like the appearance. No.
I've been working for
Good cup, dumb cup.
Marshal Erzatz for a little bit.
Poor David.
Cleaning up the streets. And other errands.
If you intend to clean the streets of La Marasma, eventually you'll have to put Mr. Ersatz himself in a rubbish bin.
Really? There's like ears perk up, just clear, obvious signs of interest.
No one is without sin here,
Well, I would love to know those sins.
wouldn't you?
Not gonna answer that.
I am glad to hear that you're aiming your sights a little higher than your parent.
She needed to settle down. I don't.
Settling down is one way of looking at it. Another is giving up.
I suppose you could see it that way.
I could and I do.
Well, I'm not ready to give up.
Where's that waiter with the drink?
Just the sharp tone shifts.
Whiplash, don't you?
Am I making you uncomfortable, Mr. Tharma?
Oh no, everything is perfect. I'm enjoying the conversation and your presence.
That's you digging.
Just keep going. Keep going, buddy.
You'll make it to the other side eventually.
One of the most valuable skills in my profession is the ability to distinguish truth from sarcasm, Mr. Tharma.
I understand that.
I have a highly developed sense for it, so don't fuck with me.
Oh, never.
I just imagine you, like in character, actually rubbing your legs.
Just got
Excuse
something.
me, Subway.
Flying right over your head.
Wow. Oh, I would never.
That's good. I wouldn't want anything to harry your progress in the case of the dead sibling, now would I?
Okay, so
Like,
No, he's
slow,
like, let's kill her now. Let's kill her now.
slow turn to look over to you, since, like,
oh,
before you came over, I've been pretty much
I
focused on the
remember.
vine. Now I'm
Okay,
looking at you.
well, I know now. Boy, it's a good thing I'm not there.
You made a good choice there. Yeah.
Hey, we're just cleaning up the streets right now.
No, I don't want her dropping
Yeah,
truths
so-
about me at the table. I'm good.
Be a little heavy.
Thanks.
Huh.
Well, you don't have a traumatic past, and then you don't care.
So, and I didn't hear
That's cheap.
her say that she gets information. Yeah, I would ask, how do you know that?
It's my job to know things, Mr. Tharma. I gather this information through all manner of means. My favorite is
People blinding.
of the spiritual variety.
Ah.
Then you know what I'm trying to find.
That I do.
And maybe the terms and time frames.
Terms and conditions.
I understand you have very little time left, and that you require the services of a shaman.
Yes.
Well, good luck. My Marasma's full of charlatans, soothsayers, and people who would much rather see you stabbed than saved. Good luck on the choosing.
It seems like you have much more information that you're putting down willingly. Or maybe it's a matter of price.
I'm not paid in gold. I'm paid in exchange. This for that.
Favor or information?
At this moment, I require favors. I have an interest in the goings-on in the northern frontier. I understand there is a magician, a creature named Viber,
Fiber?
V-I-B-E-R.
Fine.
I've heard that name before.
In his infinite wisdom, that was sarcasm if you couldn't tell.
Oh, I could.
Just eye dagger.
He has decided that he will grace Marasma and the frontier, already suffocating places, with the presence of his, well, god. Are either of you familiar with demonology?
Vaguely.
No. Would have done a little bit of research on Viber.
You know that demons are not to be trifled with.
No.
They are creatures of pain, chaos, destruction, for those own sakes. Not for any guiding principle, not for money, not for politics, not for love or hate, simply because it is their nature. And this god of fibers is a prince among demons.
Oh boy.
If this magician is allowed to contact his god and bring about this god's substantiation in Yawaltica, everything you see now will be gone in 7 days' time. And that is a conservative estimate.
So,
Well, I know I need to look out in Talanzia. You wouldn't happen to know anywhere specific?
Talanzia, no. He was there for a short time. He's long gone now, according to my information.
So what's this favor you want?
Connect the dots, please.
are you asking us to stop Viber to summoning a demon prince in this world?
It sounds complicated when you put it like that. I was thinking of something simpler. I want you to kill Viber, and I want you to bring his body to me. In return, I shall tell you, Mr. Tharma, of the shaman you seek. I will tell you, Kyoko,
I have no interest.
of the fate that's going to befall your mother.
Does that sound make Kyoko makes?
If that is not reason
Just
enough,
need Leon sound bites.
you'll be postponing the city's inevitable death for another few years.
Another few
Kyoko, what do you know
30
about
days.
the Viber? This Viber magician.
Well, my first job I did for Marshal Erzatz was actually to go after a
I actually, right, like,
goblin magician.
as I'm asking you this, I'm looking at this person
No, rat
Mhm.
folk.
as in, are we okay to talk about this in this situation? And this person probably knows it anyway, so Viber, who is
If
this?
she doesn't, she does now.
Yeah, right.
Because you're talking about it in front of.
Viber was a connection I found off of a rat folk who ran the Fruit of the Tail. He was going there to try to clean some things up. He was selling Gatralt out in Poxborough.
Mm-hmm.
Smuggling. Viber was the one getting a good amount of it. Something about a grand ritual out in Talanzia in a canyon somewhere. Apparently seems to have moved on. Viber is some sort of native to this land. Lizard in nature, but not lizard or dragon folk.
Mm-hmm.
There's still quite a bit I need to try to track down about him, but I'm not sure I'm going to have the time necessary. There was also a gnome who represented Viper, bit of a ghost.
Is he a... is that name known in La Marasma?
Which name?
Viber.
I wouldn't assume so. Not well, at least. Not among your folk.
What's that supposed to mean?
He doesn't deal with folks who are higher up, and I don't think your folks would deal with him. He's native. Too busy trapped in your own affairs.
Are you two having this conversation in front of...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just...
I mean, yeah, if he knows, or she knows about
They know.
it.
Yeah,
They
it's the
they
safe
know,
way.
Go
they
with
know.
they.
Go with they. It's the safe way.
They know.
I just assume they know everything, and just don't worry about it.
Yeah. So...
It'll save everyone time.
Divine. 7 days.
I mean, I don't think you have to be a diviner to know my answer. I'm in.
That's cute.
Thank you.
Divine, if I will waste 7 days working on this problem, this favor for you, I somewhat need to be sure that mine will be dealt with in time.
I understand your concern, Mr. Tharma. I have 2 words for you. Parnak Velo.
Got goosebumps. I will put my hat on and say we should be on our way. We have no time to lose.
Of course. Divine, is there any guidance you have on this favor of ours, or are we on our own?
The ends justify the means.
Very well. Kind of be like staring at you.
Divine, I need to know where and how can we find you?
You won't.
Where and how can you find us if the task is dealt with?
By running the numbers.
I think they'd be able to figure things out. Seem pretty sharp.
There is, contrary to popular belief, a science to the soothsaying, to future telling. If you know the variables, you can easily solve for Tharma, for Kyoko. That's how I knew you were going to be here.
Right. Everything's connected. On the same page. So
Are you?
Just like blinking at you.
What did I say now?
If there were a version of the movie Clueless in this universe, it would star Gabriel Arma.
Marvelous.
No, because she's actually very capable in that movie.
She is. I'm just saying, the namesake. She is actually. Also, Paul Rudd's super cute. Anyway.
Surely tell me you're going to stay for your drinks. They're waiting at your initial table, by the way.
Still staring at you because I'm like
I'm
in the
scared
booth.
just to look what's on the table there. What is on the table there? I look and see. Just like peek.
You kind of look over at
Yeah,
your own
yeah,
table.
yeah.
Sure enough, there is a whiskey neat in a tumbler, and there is a what looks like a champagne flute that is filled with
Egg cream.
a brownish greenish liquid that's sort of frothing slightly at the top.
Nice. My favorite thing.
How'd they know? Wait, I asked.
Right.
You see Divine as you are looking at the table.
Jersey Turnpike.
They turn their head towards the table. They take a moment. You may not want to drink yours. The mix is off.
I believe. Yes.
Please return this to the chef.
The mix is off.
I'm sorry. I can't.
We've got a real Mulder and Scully vibe going on here.
I'm not following.
You're Mulder.
Yeah.
Still doesn't ring a bell.
X-Files.
X-Files?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Hey! Now I get it. Wait, why am I Fox?
I know. There's irony there.
You're Fox Mulder. You
Oh,
got it.
come on!
No, but he's always insists on being called Mulder.
True.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He hates.
But
he
the
hates
joke is
being
there.
called.
It is.
No, the irony is that he's not. That she's not.
That's true.
That's the...
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the our table. Leave 2 gold pieces on the table.
Okay.
I'm not gonna drink mine, and I will gesture Kyoko to be on our way.
Like, look up at you and then look back to the whiskey, and there's this real quick, like, sigh of disappointment
Just
that I
down.
don't get to enjoy this.
Down.
Followed by a, I'm gonna regret this, muttered subtly, and then she just downs it.
It's okay.
The whiskey?
Yeah.
It burns good and deep.
Lovely.
I will ask
Sounds good.
Theodore to give back your package with the gun.
Thrust it awkwardly towards you.
Take it,
Kinda like-
jacket back on, strap the musket back on. Alright, I suppose we should be going.
Yes. I don't think we have any other options.
No, sounds like we've got a lot of research to do, or a lot of combing the desert.
Yes.
We ain't found shit.
Oh, shit.
Sort of Spaceballs.
Yep.
They're dragging a big pig through the desert. We ain't found shit. Yeah. So as you head out of the Panther's Repose, and I assume you're heading towards the Half-Conch to rendezvous with your fellows. Meanwhile, Sandy, Karaka, Leras, and the 3 Kreen are back in Ilmater's shanty, the sort of spiritual haven / medical clinic for the poor and unfortunate in Poxborough. You're as Karaka, your fireman's carrying 3 Kreen through the door, and you lay the creature on sort of a rudimentary, not quite a stretcher, but essentially a flat reclining table. Yeah, it must have acted as some kind of examination table. You hear the 3 Kreen make sort of very faint clicking noises, agitated staccato clicking, and then it settles down, and you see that his gestures are becoming a little smoother.
Good. Well, I'm gonna do what I can now that we've got medical equipment.
You can do it.
Supposed to
Now,
help me.
Yes, I'll insist.
unless you have a compelling reason as to why you would know 3 Kreen biology, you would have to do that at disadvantage, I should think.
Okay.
Because some
How
things
about-
overlap, but some things don't.
Okay. Well,
If he's going to assist,
Can
will
I-
I just cancel it out?
maybe, or is the 3 Kreen like regaining consciousness?
He's still a little murky.
Where does it hurt?
Does it hurt when I do this?
Now, you do speak 3 Kreen, do you not?
I don't think I do, actually. We talked about it.
I was trying to remember whether or not you did.
We talked about it a little bit. Hang on a second.
I think you thought about it.
But it wasn't
You
one of the
didn't go
starter languages. so we weren't sure
True,
there was an option for anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that was.
I can't
that's
find
where we
where I
settled.
wrote down my languages.
Dude, that was badass.
Hang on a second. Let me just see if I've got it. If a quick
Out of
perusal
a meeting with the
Damn!
of...
Sorry.
No. We've all had those moments. It's okay. That's why Jason DMs these things. I think our dog is ready for bed.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Okay, I mean that's fine.
I don't know where I put my languages at all. Maybe
So
I
you
still
have
need to
this
fix them.
sort of language barrier there, but
Okay.
um,
And we've heard him speak
There
common.
you go.
Speak.
Common thieves can't.
Common and thieves can't. Okay. Those are the only two languages I speak? With an int of 17?
Yeah, you don't get extras unlike earlier editions.
Oh, okay. Well, alright then. Fine. So, okay.
so you could roll medicine. It would have to be a disadvantage because,
Okay.
again, some things overlap in terms of treating humanoids and 3 crane, but then of course some things don't.
Alright.
And I'm assisting in giving guidance.
Alright.
So that means you get to roll a d4 along with your.
Actually, I have a gambit called Sage Advice, which allows me to add my intellect die to all who attempt an action, including me.
Okay.
So I could add a d8 as well.
Sage advice. Yes, preparing to take an action that requires an ability check. You can expand the intellect die and use an action to analyze the situation and give advice based on your observations and deductions. Add the number rolled on the intellect die to any creature who can hear and understand you, including yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Alright.
you can roll medicine and then roll the intellect die.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And can I take his d4 for aiding as well?
Yeah, the guidance? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Those
okay.
things stack, yeah.
Okay.
Get that in there.
Get all the dice.
So it's disadvantage, but all this. So I got a 12 and a nat 20. I guess that means I take the 12. God
Yes.
dang it.
12, 13,
Plus 1,
14,
plus 1.
plus your medicine.
Oh,
right, if
that's
that's you,
plus
your
4.
skills in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
18?
That's
So
not bad.
18.
That's actually an 18.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so using the using what remains of the unbroken and uncompromised supplies that are scattered about the cabinets and floors of this this medical clinic, you are able to apply a sort of rudimentary level of care to the 3 crane to the point where
Just a lot of
he'll be okay
bandages.
for another few days until he can actually get to like a specialist or a healer of his own
Such a
kind
little-
or what have you. So he should be he's on the road to recovery.
Sniff
Okay.
this, it'll remove the toxins.
Well, clearly he can't stay here. This place has been
Put this on your
ransacked.
Cleanse your
It's probably not safe.
chakras.
It's not necessarily secure.
Put
I
a
need to take him
pad
back
on
to
your
the
foot.
half-cocked. and
Look at all
put him
that
up in the
lint.
room.
I mean,
Okay.
toxins.
Yeah, that's the dwarf is
I
the
see
is
it
the
on the hole
barkeep,
in
right?
my head. Just
Yeah, he was
heals.
friends. He's
Uh-huh,
friends with
yeah.
him.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
so does he regain consciousness once we finish with all this?
He was conscious the whole time. It's just that he was
Dazed.
he's in some kind of weird daze, kind of foggy and unable to properly get a kind of visual focus on things to
he needs
communicate
a-
Is he
well.
out of that now?
Yeah, I mean,
He seems just slightly out of it. He's a little slow to talk, but he is actually
Okay.
lucid.
I say we're gonna get you back to the half-cocked and get you a nice bed to sleep in. Can you walk on your own?
Yes.
Okay. So we take him slowly. Back to the half-cocked.
As you help him up off of the examination table, he grabs your arm, Sandy.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Oh, think nothing of it, old fellow.
And it sort of puts his arm up so that the two of you can kind of
Help him along.
help him along. And so you're going to head back to the half-cocked. Okay.
Yes.
Should we better get to bed first?
Yes.
Go.
Talk about yourselves for a moment.
All right.
Dispose of the child.
Trees inside his bones, so I'm hoping that will keep him occupied for a while.
You look pretty occupied to me. All
I
right.
try to dig those out.
I'm going to eat more fat and sugar.
I just like the. Like I'm a DM myself, and when I'm running games, I want my players to tell me when something cool actually happened and they enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And as a
Feedback's
player,
important.
yeah, like I enjoy to tell back that, damn, that was rad.
Yep.
That way they know that. I want more of that.
Yeah,
Not all
yeah.
the time.
Not all the time,
But
but
more.
But that.
Well,
also now we know why Gabriel doesn't have friends.
this was really quick. Showing up. I know, kind of rude you to leave me at the table. All of us are like,
But
really? Oh.
late evening, no.
That was kind of going all right, and now.
But it's like a real life, like it's that third friend.
Yeah.
Like
Who
you
shows
bring
up
it,
and you're like,
yeah.
dude, you're cool, but
Or it's like
sometimes,
it's
man.
like your friend
You two
in the
are
bar.
like, you know,
yeah.
having dinner. I'll join you. I'll pull up a chair.
And you're like, oh, come on.
Oh wait, was this a date or something?
This was important.
Do you guys like really like each other?
Yeah. Is it serious?
I didn't know that. When that happened?
Cool.
Just, it's gonna be one of those things.
Oh, seriously, babe, you're gonna like this guy.
Yeah.
He's my
Kyoko's
main
like,
man.
I work with you. That's it.
Yep.
I've worked with you for the last hour and a half.
We are business partners. We are not friends.
Yeah.
So, you all rendezvous at the half-cocked. Gabriel and Kyoko, you see your compatriots along with a somewhat battered 3-Kreen, the same that you saw earlier, heading into the half-cocked as your sort of taxi pulls in.
Well, we take him as inconspicuously as we can to the bar.
It's very
Why don't I
difficult
just-
to do so. It's very
I'll
As
just
open
go
much
floor
as we
plan.
can.
Sure.
We're
I'll
trying
just
to
go
preserve
ahead of
his
you guys
dignity.
because you two have them, right?
Yeah.
I'll just walk ahead and walk up to the bar.
Okay. Ragnar spies you coming in, and he sort of gestures for you to come over to the bar.
So what happened?
Quite
Why are
frankly,
you all covered
they
in blood?
tried to string him up.
Christ.
They won't be doing it again.
You took care of him, did you?
Yes, we did. If you have a room available, I am willing to pay for it for our friend.
Forget it. We gotta watch out for our own. Here in Boxborough.
Which room do you want him in?
First one on the left. It's in the house.
He'll still need a doctor for his own kind. We patched him up as
That's
as
going
best
to be
we
a
could.
little bit tricky, huh? But
Just
see
in
what
the
I can
next couple of days. Would be good.
I'll talk to some mates, see what I can do.
I'll
In the
gesture
meantime, we
for
might
this.
have to bring him just a regular generalist.
I think as long as they've dealt with 3-Kreen before, he might be alright.
It's doubtful, but could happen. Just take him up the back.
I'll gesture for you guys. Take him up. Tell you what room to take him into.
Okay,
There's no point in me babysitting you two. You can do it.
sure. Make him as comfortable as possible. If he can tell us what he wants, we give it to him if we can. I don't know what
I don't
makes
remember
3-Kreen comfortable. Does he
saying-
hang from the ceiling or, you know?
I don't remember the 3-Kreen really speaking a whole lot of common.
They don't really.
Yeah, so
I mean, they can, but
they usually don't.
He
I mean,
doesn't
they're-
speak Thieves' Cant, does he?
their native language is 3-Kreen. They no, at least not.
This one, I mean.
You're not
particularly.
inclined to think that he would. I mean,
Okay.
you haven't asked, but
Okay.
yeah. So you lay him down in the bed in the first room on the left, at the second hand floor, and you lay him down in this sort of like kind of modest 4-poster sort of bed with a thin
Does he
mattress.
fit in it all right?
He kind of dangles over his legs kind of dangle over the end, but it's not. It doesn't look too uncomfortable.
that dilemma.
You see him begin to detense, to relax,
Uh-huh.
and then you see his lenses close around his eyes,
Okay.
and it seems like he's resting.
Okay. All right. Well, we just leave him be.
Close the door behind him.
Yeah.
Are you two at a table already?
These two have just come in.
Okay.
They saw the lot of you entering.
Is it normal to have locks on doors and inns at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this have one? We can lock him in. We don't want anyone to disturb him.
You'd need a key.
Okay. All right.
I think Ragrim will take care of him.
Yeah. Well, I just swing by on the way down and say, "He's resting. The door's unlocked."
Don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on him.
Right.
Otherwise, it'd make your little adventure earlier tonight kind of pointless, wouldn't it?
A bit.
You understand? I admire the hell out of you for what you did, but you're on the Creed shit list now. You know that.
I've once heard it said that you can judge a person by the people who hate them. And I guess if they hate us, then we're not doing too bad.
As long as the hate doesn't spread to
That's well
the
put.
rest of Poxborough.
Between you and me, if you happen to run into any more of these Creed fellas, if they happen to...
I'll give them 3 for you.
End up dead.
Aggressively pass out.
Faint.
Doesn't do me any bother. Say you cause a little bit of trouble with them if they ever show their face in Poxborough again. You need a little bit of downtime. Perhaps you need to hide. I've got a couple of rooms.
Thanks.
And keep that in mind.
We'll keep that in mind. That might come in handy. Thank you.
You do that. And don't spread it around.
Of course not. No.
Keep it under the table.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like your friends have come in.
We go and check out our food.
Probably gesture to a table in the back.
There's an empty table. Yeah.
Okay.
The crowd has thinned out somewhat since you were here earlier.
Especially since it pretty much emptied out when
The fight.
Yeah, most of the patrons left, and then a few of them very slowly started to trickle back in.
Yeah.
I'll assume we just catch each other up on the details of what we've all been up to. Right?
Maybe not everything. I think parts of the conversation
Well,
Divine might be private.
like
parts.
I mean, we went to this Ochreland for the alchemical store, and then we came here.
All right. Oh.
Does Lady Strove know that?
I take it she neglected to tell you.
She did. In fact, she's quite the opposite opinion.
I'm so glad
She intends to leave this place with you. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. She mentioned it last we met.
Oh.
I feel like your version of your relationship is going to be quite different than hers.
No. I love her. She loves me. But I cannot be with her. Not in the way that she wants. You know. You've met with her. You know she's wasting away.
Mm-hmm. We've noticed.
Have you ever seen such a condition, such an illness before?
No.
I haven't in all my years of living. But do you know that there is nothing, not a single thing, the doctors in the city understand about the condition or can do to remedy it?
Could doctors somewhere else remedy it? Or non-doctors?
I've been alive for 2 centuries.
And you've never seen it?
Not once.
So, you're just going to leave her to die by herself?
How callous do you take me for?
What are you doing?
Have you not... If you are condemned to death by a condition you don't understand...
Does she want you to change her?
And you don't want to.
No one wants this life. Pardon me, speaking out of turn, but...
It's true.
We are gifted with a devil's bargain. We get to live for centuries to experience the breadth of life, its highs and its lows, its happiness and cruelty. We get to watch as all of our friends and loved ones wither and die, with no respite, no relaxation, no rest. We make of it what we can. But I swore to myself, when I was first born, that I wouldn't pass this on to another living creature.
Well,
Not if I had any say.
Is it possible for you to still be with her and just not change her?
I would have to watch her die. And I find that
unbearable.
Yes. I would rather she forgot about me, assumed that I was missing or dead, and moved on with what little remained of her life than become this. No, I can't go with her. I can't see her.
All right. Do you know anything about her study being broken into in her safe?
She mentioned something. No. The paper. The paper from the other day mentioned something about crimes
Yes.
in that area.
Do you know what was in that safe that would have been so valuable?
No. She never shared that with me. She shared nearly everything with me, but not that. I knew what it was. I knew her. I'm rather perceptive, you understand. And I knew that there was something there, something that she was manipulating, something important to her was there in her study, but out of respect for her boundaries and for my own, I didn't pry. Our relationship was founded on a kind of understanding, and that understanding included distance. Not emotionally, but psychologically. There are some things we shouldn't ask of each other. Some things we shouldn't know of each other.
Was her wanting to tell you one of those unspoken things?
She never said as much, but I could see in her eyes the last we met, the desperation, the wild, unhinged genius of the notion. The same genius that anyone presented with an impossible solution would manifest in their own eyes, but who does not understand the toll.
Has it occurred to you that if she's very wealthy, has it occurred to you that if you do not do this thing for her, she'll find someone else to do it who doesn't care about her as much as you do?
The thought has occurred to me, yes.
No, she's not Lady Straub's babysitter.
Nope. Just thought I'd ask.
In that case, she cares more about her own salvation than our relationship. And in that case, I would not want to be around her.
What shall we tell her when we see her again?
Say that I was gone. I'd left town. My things were missing. My place was in a state of
She has the
distress.
resources to know that that isn't so.
She doesn't come to Poxborough.
I don't care what you tell her. As long as you don't tell her the truth.
Alright. May I make a suggestion?
Go on.
Actually, get out of town.
If you
Then we'll tell her
cannot
that you're still here.
leave for at least a little while, you may want to take some measures to perhaps disguise yourself. You tend to stand out.
I assume you're speaking of my aesthetic qualities.
Well, when she told us to find you, she said that you were beautiful and statuesque. I assume she's going to tell everyone else that as well. I understand if you do not value what you look like. That is fine. It's up to you. But if you wish for her to not find you, you may want to take some preventative measures, that is all.
You see her turn away for a moment and put her head in her hand. She drags it across her face, and as she looks back at you, you see that she's no longer beautiful. She has these savage, vulpine, sharp features, this long, angular nose, this mottled skin, a set of gnarled, pointed teeth. She is the tonal opposite of everything that you saw before.
I don't want you to get hung for being a dampier. I just don't want her to be able to find you if you don't want her to.
As you can see, these gifts are only temporary. I can do what I can to hide myself. I have maintained this look because she desired it.
You obviously know how to take care of yourself.
And she's back to looking like Jessa again. If there's anything that you can do for her, please try. To soften the blow, to... I may have lived for centuries, but I know that I have not seen everything, that I do not know everything. If there's some way to help her, then I entreat you to do it.
We can deal with the demon prince. It would be wonderful.
But her methods, I do not condone. I'm not willing to participate in the perversion
him soon, right?
of her life.
In less than 7 days, I heard.
Hey, we can free
I'll
you.
reach out my hand
as we,
to shake
put a
hands with her.
knife through Viper's body. We can free
We'll
you.
do what we can.
You just do some stuff for us.
She reaches out her hand to shake hands with you. And there's a quick, you hear a sound, almost like pneumatics, some kind of steam escaping. You hear a noise, and then
Kind of knock her out of the way?
around her waist, in a flash, you see a metal band
God damn it.
comes around her. She looks down, and then suddenly she is jerked
Can
back.
I grab her? Can I make a dex check
We will see.
to see if I go with her?
She is being jerked back at an incredibly high speed off of the roof. Make a dexterity check, please.
Okay.
I think I will also make one because I was already reaching for her.
With disadvantage because of the speed.
Well, time to start flipping, right?
No, I'm gonna with
15.
prestidigitation. I'm just
15?
gonna chill my drink.
Jesus.
Not too bad.
Stay cool.
Yeah.
17.
Nice.
So the two of you...
No, I'm sorry, 16.
So the two
I'm
of you
math wrong.
react pretty quickly. You're able to sort of... those fast twitch muscle fibers, right?
I mean, I was already literally reaching for her too, so.
You're able to grab essentially just a thread of her garment, the sleeve of her dress. She is being...
I have claws.
She's being pulled back so
This is good or
fast
bad?
that you actually tear off the cuff
of her sleeve. As she is being pulled back, you see that the band around her waist is attached to some kind of tensile cable.
Right.
That is being spun up and retracted into this device.
Where's
that
the source?
3 goblins on the rooftop adjacent to the opposing rooftop, so 2 rooftops away, are reeling into this large metal sort of canister. Next to those goblins
like a fishing rod.
is a sharp-dressed, cigar-smoking figure that you know very well.
Goblin.
But
Are they close enough I can shoot at them?
cranes.
You could,
With disadvantage or regular?
with disadvantage.
Give me a really strong John Carpenter's
Can I use
Vampire's feel.
I'd like to use a fortune token to cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay.
Shooting at the goblin operating the canister.
They're all 3 of them are sort of surrounding it, either
Okay.
supporting it or...
Then I will just take a shot
You
at
should
one.
have one of them, yeah.
Of all the ones to nat fail on. Thanks. That's nat 1, so 6.
So, how does your weapon goes with the shooting on ones?
Nothing. It misfires on the 3.
Well, that's
And
3 and
lower.
below.
3
Okay,
and
so it
below.
That does
misfires.
misfire. So your gun's jammed, so you'd have to take an action to
I will
to clear
take that
it.
action to clear.
It's the worst.
So what are you going to do there, Sandy?
Well, did a 13 hit him?
Who are you hitting?
Somebody who's operating that cannon.
Somebody's operating the thing?
And
Okay.
goblin.
Oh, wait. The cigar smoking, whatever his name is, he's not operating the cannon, is he?
No, he's next to the 3.
All right.
So he's off
Well-
to the side.
I mean, because if there are 3 operating the cannon, killing one of them is probably not going to help. If I kill this guy, it might.
Right.
I'm not going to kill him, but I can try.
So what did you roll?
What did I roll?
11 plus
13.
13? That's a miss. Shot goes wide because, you're considering, that's a substantial amount of ground that you're covering with a flintlock pistol at distance. The shot goes wide. You see the goblin throw his cigar to the ground, ash it with his foot, and picking up the canister that the tensile cable is rapidly retreating into, he takes it by himself. One of the goblins is actually still attached to it and sort of drops and flats himself against the roof. He grabs it and then begins to dash across from rooftop to rooftop as the tensile cable is continuing to draw Jessup.
I'm after him
towards
because
the-
I'm fast as the motherfucker.
Towards the.
Do we hear
The thing.
anything of that while we're sitting?
You absolutely
sipping
hear.
on-
You hear 2 loud shots, and what sounds like in the distance, like a mosquito buzzing, but like a very loud mosquito.
Don't worry, that's just pox, bro.
I will also give chase best I can. I want to. But I
Okay,
can't go rooftop
then we're gonna have to
rooftop.
roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm gonna
For everybody, please.
look out to see what's going on out there.
Well, sure. Now I roll an 18. It's 21.
1-1.
21.
So what did you get, Leras? I'm sorry.
21.
21. You also got 21? Somebody else get 21?
22.
22. Okay. So Gabriel?
It's too bad you're in there like prestidigitating your drink.
I already did it. It was before initiative, and my drink is cool. I'm prepared.
It's a nice ice cold beverage.
Chill master over here.
I knew the fight will be. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone get 20, 19, 18? Karaka, what'd you get?
11.
11. Okay. Karaka got 11. Anybody get lower than 11?
I got a 14.
You got a 14. Okay. So we will put you here. Kyoko. And what did you get, Sandy? 8. Okay.
Seem very frustrated with that.
That's with my bonus.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
actually
that's with
nice to
what,
have a
+4?
spread of initials.
Rough roll.
Rough.
It's only bad when you're concentrated on the back end with the mole rat people.
Don't let them all go first.
We got TPK'd before we could act.
kind of important.
There's more at me, Laura.
So, you see the besuited goblin who, based on his look, you assume is Drebma. Mm-hmm. He clutches the grappling device in underneath his arm, and draws what looks like a revolver, and over his shoulder, firing at the opposite rooftop, takes 2 shots.
Okay.
One at the both of you.
Cool. Okay.
In your general direction.
All right.
Ballistic is ballistic. So, if you have armor that has extra for AC, apply it.
Would he be
I
doing
have
this at
leather armor, I
disadvantage?
think.
He would be, but
Now it's just regular?
yes, now it's just a regular shot. That's a 22 to hit you.
Cool. I'm probably dead.
Ooh.
Should just be a pistol.
5 ballistic damage.
That takes me down to 0. Because unless we did a short rest or something.
No.
So. Never mind.
And tries to do another shot at you.
Okay.
Don't fall.
That is a 12 to hit you.
That doesn't make it.
That shot goes wide. And you hear the sound of... You have been around firearms long enough to know that that's not flintlock. That's not gunpowder. That's smokeless powder. That's a modern, sleek firearm.
Want.
That sounds great.
It's a 6 gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and he continues to make his way. He leaps onto another rooftop and continues running.
I'm after him.
Leras, you are down, so you need to make a death save, please.
4.
Holy crap.
Now you can re-roll those, remember?
We do have plenty.
Sure.
Come on, plenty.
17.
17, so that's one success.
That's good.
You notice that your compatriot had been hit by one of the bullets and is now on the ground of the roof next to you.
Damn it!
If you don't chase after her, I'm going to be super pissed when you wake up.
Let's see.
Nobody knows where she is, do they? My
Me?
companions will never find her. Is that true?
Depends on how smart they are.
None of us can really get up to the roof.
Right.
Is the
That's
catch.
the problem.
I mean, you could, with a lot of work.
Yes.
Or if someone just threw a 100-pound, 40-pound fox up there. It's not that hard.
The 3
That's
goblins
a hell of a
that are
throw, man.
still on the
40 pounds?
the nearby roof, the nearest
My
roof
dad,
too.
my dad threw
They
8-pound shingles
see
from
that their
the
boss is
ground
taken
floor
back.
to
They
the
look
roof.
back towards you, and they all
It's
draw
prime.
their flintlock pistols and begin just
So that
firing a volley towards the roof.
If there's some work
Okay.
to it, we'd need some athletics.
Quick assessment.
Yes,
Is there any chance I'll catch Drebma?
there's a chance because you are a tabaxi and can essentially, do under the right circumstances 120 feet in a round or something.
mostly with
You
the
can
monk.
bolt.
No, 120 is the start for a monk to backseer. And then up to...
Now you're not a monk, but
240
you can
no,
dash
Yeah, but you can
as a
dash.
bonus action if
Yeah,
that's
so-
if I'm remembering correctly.
With your
So
speed
you
of
can
40
double your speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you would normally move in a round, so you could close the gap. Absolutely.
Those goblins are firing at me?
Yes.
Okay, they're not taking any
No,
notice
they're
of
just
her.
firing in the direction of the roof. They see somebody up there, and they're like, "Boss needs us to take this guy out." So they're going to shoot with disadvantage, however, because they're far away enough.
All right. So, can you guys get to her?
Maybe.
Yeah, the problem is that...
No guarantee from where we are.
Yeah.
13.
Oh, try to hit me?
Yes.
Okay, my armor class is 15.
Okay. And a 10.
Wait, you have light armor? Did you
Leather.
have the ballistic one?
It's just leather armor.
And 18.
18 will hit me.
So that
Please
does
stay up.
2 ballistic damage.
Yeah.
Still up.
Yep.
I'm
As
still
one
conscious.
of them sort of catches you on the shoulder.
Okay.
You see that clearly these goblins are not good shots.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of They're sort of climbing all over each other to try to get the best shot. Their arms sort of twirling on each other. No, unlike stormtroopers, they actually hit you.
That's true.
Fair.
I wish they had been more like stormtroopers right now.
Let's see. So Kyoko and Karaka are... What are you guys doing, by the way? Are you... Having heard this notion, are you, like, going to investigate? Or are you saying we're going to stay here? Or, like, this will tell me... so let me know if you're...
There's this, like, louder than normal buzzing sound, and we just heard 2 gunshots.
2 gunshots,
and possibly, like, somebody hitting a rooftop?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's time to go outside.
Oh, you mean the body hitting the roof?
Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't have heard that.
No, just given the
Well,
situation
heard
that we're
he's
here waiting for
interested.
someone and there might be trouble. Yeah, even if I understand that this is not a wealthy part town and like shit like this happens here like hourly
all
on
the
regular.
time.
But like this, like we were waiting for something, you know, somewhere other.
And plus,
So this
why
could be
wouldn't?
important.
Why shouldn't we help a person who's being shot at?
Because someone just
Obligation.
could be like mugged or you know.
Yeah,
Shots could be on either side of the conflict here, so
You
But
still,
yeah,
you
I
still
would-
help.
I would.
Already out the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
a lot
just-
of you are heading towards the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weapon drawn,
Okay.
getting ready.
Theodore right
Prepping.
next to me.
Do I see them come out?
No, you're far away enough that you can't see the bar anymore.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because of the obscurity of the buildings
Sure,
and everything
sure,
and the way
sure,
that
sure.
you've traveled. But you guys will arrive in the next round. You're close enough that you could conceivably get there.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I assume you're just
Yeah.
booking it.
Not,
yeah.
not
Not
trotting.
just taking your time, leisurely walking. You're power walking.
35 move speed, booking it.
So, Sandy, it is actually your turn.
Karaka
Okay.
train is
Can I
cheddar,
catch
cheddar.
him this turn? If I just pour it on, can I get to him?
So, your normal movement speed is what?
I know that it's. I just wrote 30 because I didn't know. I just assumed.
Should be like 40, I think.
But-
at
I think
least.
it's 40.
Is
yeah.
it?
For the tabaxi.
I'm trying to remember if they get a boost or if it's just that free dash they get. every time.
So
It
Tabaxi-
might be 35.
Tabaxi have a movement speed, base walking speed of 30.
Okay.
However, their feline agility,
Yeah.
when you move on your turn in
Technically
combat, you can
faster.
double your speed until the end of your turn.
Okay.
Also, you just freely, just 60.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
could go 60
But
feet right
anybody can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Double your speed to the end of your turn.
Yeah, but
right?
that would be
As
your
an action.
action.
As
Yeah.
But
action.
you're doing it freely.
Oh,
So you could
can
do that.
You can
And
do
double
that
move.
and the action. So you can move 90.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do then.
Okay, so you're just going to pour all of your effort into just sprinting, leaping from rooftop to rooftop to try to catch Drop.
Yeah.
Are you doing it on all fours?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Claws out and everything. Jump.
Oh,
Okay, so you take off.
Tail switching.
You are
that's
leaping from
awesome.
rooftop to rooftop, tearing up the material
spinning.
of the roofs as you're
Like a
making your
rear
way
mounted
past.
camera.
You actually land on the
GoPro.
same rooftop that Drebma is at just before he is.
Be it.
Just before he's about 3/4 of the way through the
like
roof to the next. See what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you're both on the same roof at this point, but he's on the extreme end and you're on the extreme end.
I want to land on him. Can I do that?
Not with the movement that you have.
Okay.
If
Is
you
there any way I
had
can
maybe
spin one of those to
another
help me?
15 feet, you could probably do it. But no, in that case, that wouldn't do it for you. But you are in a position where you could next, when your turn comes around again, fire at him without disadvantage because you're close enough.
Okay.
Especially if you continue to move.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, Drebma, continuing to kind of run across this roof, he hears you slam against the roof behind him. He turns around with the device still in that is now just as essentially strapped on this
Around
metal.
her waist, so her
It's around her
arms are
waist.
free.
Her arms are free. Yes.
I hope he's toast.
Is now against the
Device.
The device,
Okay.
right? And he
She's probably restrained.
fires one shot at you, and then puts the gun up to her head.
Okay.
So he's gonna. So we'll figure out
Okay.
how that works.
See, that's 3 shots. You feel lucky.
So that is a non-natural 20.
Okay. I'm up.
Now you're
He
thinking,
can't do
was that
less than 3 points
5
of
or was
damage.
that 6?
So he's just.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's 4 bludgeon.
lost
That's
count?
4 ballistic damage.
Yeah, well, I only had 3.
Okay.
So I'm at 0 now.
So I'm done.
So he drops you. You feel a tightness, and you fall to the roof, and you see as your vision is starting to fade. You see him just pull the trigger, and you see Jessa, and she shrieks, and there's clearly a sign of blood. There's a muzzle flash. It's clear she's gonna live. I mean, you can't exactly kill a Dampier with a bullet to the head. It's not that easy. But it does disorient her and sap her strength. And he takes the time as he sees you drop and shoots her to dig into his jacket, pull another cigar out, light it, look you over a little bit, and then leap to the next rift.
Is lighting a cigar a free action? Or?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
He has a feat that allows him to light cigars as free action.
It's an item interact?
No, like a cigar wielder.
He has like 15
Yeah, he's got the
feats
cigar wielder feat.
Just for
He can dual wield cigars.
Just for
Highly
cigars.
specialized.
It's the Munchkin build, so he can always look cool in action.
So, Gabriel,
Yeah.
you are ahead of the game here. The three of you are now running along the street, and you can actually see Drebma and the barely conscious Jessa attached to this weird mechanism under Drebma's arm, and he is making a way across the rooftops to your left. So, Gabriel, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
So, I mean, we never talked about it, but Theodore is acting on my initiative.
Yeah.
So, well, technically, in the books they say roll initiative for him, but would it be easier for me to
It's just easier just to
Okay.
assume that he's taking
Okay.
on your turn. Yeah.
So, how
Like
high-
a familiar.
Does he have a cool Inspector Gadget arm where he can
grab?
I wish.
Dreams.
So,
exactly.
Go,
here's
be
what I
Beatles.
want to do. So, how tall are the buildings and the roofs? How high are they?
They are variable, but the lowest rooftop you're looking at is like
Probably like 9-10 feet.
Probably closer to 10.
Like 10 to 12.
12 feet, essentially. Yeah, you're looking at...
So,
that's the lowest rooftop. And they sort of vary in between 10 and
Most
16 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna draw you a picture,
9 feet.
and you will tell me if my dice will support me here.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure you do that yourself.
there are like a couple advantages that can do that. So Theodore is running in front of me.
Okay.
And he's somewhat edgy, right? And I command him lift. And we did this before. So he runs close to... Sort of, they're running that way, right? So on the way...
You're kind of parallel to them.
right,
You're sort of making your way down
parallel
the
to
street.
the rooftop. So
Yeah.
Please tell me he's going to grab you and fling you at the guy.
he runs closer to the wall,
Just the catapult.
sits down,
Uh-huh.
I jump on his back,
Okay.
and then he just makes me a lift
Extends,
for me to
yeah.
jump
Okay.
on the rooftop.
Okay.
My
I support this.
I hold my hat and get a pistol as I'm doing that.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And and my cape is like, well.
Okay.
So what do you want me to roll for that?
I would say
imagine
that...
him as like
so
like chimney sweep
Theodore's
right
mechanical stuff essentially is enabling you to do this. In order to land safely, I'm going to do an acrobatics check.
Easily.
Parkour.
He says.
We have 3 good fortunes.
Yes,
if you'd like
I
to
will.
utilize
Yes,
one of those.
oh yeah, I will do that.
Say that.
Oh, net 20.
Nice.
I'll take that. And acrobatics, you said?
Acrobatics, yep.
That will be 23.
So Theodore extends his body. You are launched upward. You land on the rooftop just before the one that Drebma is on, and you do so with a light foot, and you're able to land with a gymnast's precision.
Nice.
So you've got your gun drawn,
Yeah, I read the situation and I
9.5
immediately realize that I made a mistake. So 3 goblins. This big guy is holding the lady.
The 3 goblins are far away.
Yeah, they're way back
they're
in the
way
other
back.
direction.
And this
yeah.
guy's
Not
here.
much of a threat.
Do I see the Catman?
Catmandu.
You see what looks like the body of Sandy on an adjacent rooftop. The one behind you. So take a quick look back, scan back, and there's one against the lip of the roof.
Did you show anyone? Well, I know about the goblin, right? With a cigar.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
so
all
yeah, then I'm gonna unload on him
Nice.
Okay.
with my pepper box. Ooh, that's gonna be 24.
24 to hit.
Yep,
That's a success.
that's gonna be 5 points of piercing damage,
5 points of damage.
and then I'm gonna try to get some kind of cover. Just read the situation, like just any chimney or anything, just like duck to it as a.
There is a sort of a brick kind of chimney jutting out at the edge of this roof. So you can sort of continue to make your way to the edge of this roof and then flip behind.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay, take cover.
Mhm.
That'll be 3/4 cover because it is
Yeah,
good
that's
sizable.
nice.
Okay. Next we have Leras. I need you to make another death save.
Yeah, I
Come
just.
on, dice.
20, 20, 20.
Oh.
Would you like to re-roll that?
If I don't want to automatically die, I think so.
No, it's not an automatic death.
It's just
two
2 strikes.
It's 2 fails.
Yeah,
Two
that
Yeah, I
is,
probably
that
oughta
is well
reroll.
worth the reroll.
It's still a 9.
Okay, so that's
but
one failure.
That's only one failure.
So
I just realized that
I really
she's
like this
90
character, and we super
feet
fish if she
of,
dies.
Yeah, 90
I'm
feet
just
away
gonna say
from
that,
us.
okay?
See, this is where the tension. It's 1 and 1.
Oh! I know. So I have. So first of all, can I speak it out loud? And it might be a little metagaming, but
What you got?
so I don't know that she's down. I don't
Right.
know that he's down.
You do know that I'm
However,
done.
Well, you
You
can
just saw my
see-
body.
however,
You can see a form that looks like that's clearly a tabaxi.
You have no idea where I am.
right. But you have that watch with the alarm set. And my background of a clockmaker
Wow,
makes me
Did set that alarm.
makes me
Nice.
makes me so I don't need a watch to actually track time. It just like I always
You have an
track it.
instinctive understanding
Yes.
of it, yeah.
So can I make that her watch will go off, let's say now?
I think
time.
we already...
Because
It had a
we
set
don't know.
time for it to go
Yeah,
off.
right.
Just
But what I'm saying
set the
is,
timer?
did we pass the time already of the alarm or
I
not?
think we had said yes.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
What?
Yes.
So
Oh,
unless
it
you
would
can,
have been
unless
so
you can just
rad.
make it,
No,
like
no, it was a set time on. Oh, it would be so.
Yeah, because it was a rendezvous time, and this is happening post that, so
Yeah.
that was already happened.
I mean that'd be cool. I'd like you to be able to find me.
Good lawyering. Good lawyering. Attempt 2.
It would have been so rad.
Kyoko, it's your turn.
There's always
Still
another
this
time to lawyer.
servant kind of like bent over.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't done that. He hasn't been commanded to do anything different.
Okay, I'd like to use that to try to get a better chance
As a
to get up on the
springboard.
roof.
Yeah. Okay. Acrobatics, please.
Let's see.
I assume it was his action to help me lift or extend whatever
Yeah.
parts.
Mhm.
Plus 3. Well, let's just try it straight.
Oh,
Natural 20.
stuck it. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So you basically do like a corkscrew flip onto the rooftop. You see at the extreme end, off to the right-hand side, Gabriel's taken cover behind what looks like a sort of a brick chimney. You can see Drebma and the device clutched under his arm, and a sort of a what looks like a Jessa, based on her appearance. Yeah, but looks like she's in some kind of daze or shock, and he is booking it.
Let's give chase.
Okay, so you're going to
Just
continue
get as close as possible.
Okay, so what's your move speed?
35.
35. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so you make it to the edge of the roof, and you are able to. Let's see here, judging the distance. You're able to make it onto the next rooftop, sort of leap all over, and you're eventually there at the start of that next rooftop.
Okay.
So you see Gabriel, Kyoko run past you, take a leap, and land on the rooftop just past. Karaka.
I'm going to look a lot like Juggernaut, and I'm just going to keep on rushing.
Start running through
You
buildings.
just run into the ground. Okay. So you're just trying to keep pace, essentially. Yeah. Okay.
Where they have to use distance to jump and lose speed. I'm just
You're trying to maintain
ground,
speed. Okay. Sounds good.
with my constitution. Just
Sandy, make a constant. That's
Yes,
it. That's
Right.
You want a 10 or
These
higher,
ne-
preferably
yeah,
a 20.
I know. These things never turn out well. Nope.
So that's one failure.
Yep.
Unless you have one good fortune.
Hold
left.
on to that.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think
There's,
you're
Like
right.
the one.
there's
I've
a
got-
potential of...
Right.
it's your first fail.
Right.
Yeah. You got
Exactly.
time.
Yeah. There's...
But then if you roll a 1,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
2 fails.
That's
That's
true.
make 3.
That's where we keep that one.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So Drebma is continuing to book it. You see, Kyoko, that he has... he takes a moment to look behind him, and without even looking, he's just sort of like aiming his gun back in that direction. He fires 2 shots, one at you and one in the direction of where he saw you kind of duck in.
I was also dashing, by the way.
At disadvantage.
What's that?
I was dashing, by the way.
I assumed you were, yeah. It's still within normal range because you
Okay.
guys are relatively close together in terms of rooftops. So he will fire at you.
Well, I knew he wasn't really looking, so I didn't know if that affected. his aim.
17. Well, he's kind
Yeah,
of
that'll
trained
do.
with this gun.
Okay,
He-
I was
he's-
just asking. I'm not
17
trying to
on
question
hit?
you.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has 15 feet for his cigars, but he also has 1 for his revolver.
I guess so.
9 ballistic damage.
Are you still
Jeez.
up?
Yeah, barely. At 2.
And
That
it
would've
fires
passed my
at you,
soak
but
for
you've
bullets.
got 3/4 cover, so that is what?
Damn.
Plus 4.
5.
Is it 5?
I thought it was
I
5.
think
2
it's
and 5.
2, 5. Is it 2, 5? I thought it was
Yeah.
2, 4. I don't know.
No,
We have a book. Let's
check the book.
Somebody look that up.
up.
Yeah, a rules lawyer on that.
'Cause I feel like it's not quite asymmetric, or not quite symmetric, and it's linear. Yeah, not quite linear.
Math is not important. This is leisure math. It is unmoored from reality.
Shoving.
Leisure man.
Cover is plus 5.
That's fine. Okay. So what's your AC?
Ballistic 17.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to clear a 22.
Chips off the brick.
Yeah, you can see a chunk of break off, causing you to sort of, do that classic
Yeah.
retreat back into cover.
As I was about to peek out.
Exactly. And he continues to make his way. It's clear that the act of sort of toting this grappling device is weighing him down, slowing him down. So
Push
he makes
him
his
down,
way
push
to.
him down.
He's at the very end of the
wrong
rooftop. So he's at the extreme end of the rooftop that you're on.
Okay.
Yeah, you're at.
Gabriel.
I didn't.
You should be up there.
How far am I from...
I'll just hit the chimney that he's standing on. Juggernaut.
Do I know that by the clothes and the tail that it's my companion, fallen
Yes.
companion?
Mhm.
How far is he from me?
One rooftop, right?
No, because there was one rooftop in between.
Oh, okay.
You guys were there on one, and there was a blank one, and then that's where the goblins and Drebma originally started. Let's see.
Can I get
You
ahead
could
of
get
his
there
turn?
in the... So if you spent this round, if you dashed, so that's 60 feet, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
You could get there. You wouldn't be able to do anything because you used your dash, but you could get there. But you have to be going in the opposite direction away from Dread.
Yeah.
Look, you can always come back for us. It's okay.
There's no good
Probably.
decisions.
It's possible that I'll stabilize on my own.
It's true.
Well,
Right.
He's also a really good gunman.
It's also
So,
possible
making
you
sure
may
people don't blow out, like,
spontaneously
bleed out.
combust.
That's also possible.
Very rare.
I like to think that's less likely.
It's much less likely. but-
Priorities.
From space.
Okay, I'll command Theodore to keep up and
to run along the ground and continue to.
Like in lift form. Just
on the ground. Just keep up on the street.
Okay.
And if opportunity arrives, maybe like the stairway or something to the rooftops.
Yeah. Okay.
He will follow up me basically.
Okay.
And he will spend movement and his action too, basically like
To do that.
He can like detour a little if he will be able to.
Sure.
follow
Yeah.
up.
mhm.
he has
And
a
then-
climb speed.
He's cool. And then I will do just run, shoot, duck to cover again.
Okay, so the
if there's any.
So there's no cover on the next rooftop, but you could stay at this cover and take another shot.
But they're running away.
They are running away actively. You could get another shot off, and it would be still within range.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Your pepper box has got short range.
It's
doesn't it?
it's
It's
range
40, 120.
Is it? I don't see the.
So it would have to be a disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm.
If
gonna,
you stayed in that
no,
cover.
I'm gonna follow up.
Okay, so you run
Yep.
over to the next rooftop. You're
Yep.
next to Kyoko now.
And I'm gonna unload.
Take a shot.
20. Dirty.
20's a hit.
Okay. Come on, be good.
Oh,
That's
not bad.
9 points of piercing damage.
9 ballistic damage. Okay. Another shot. You see some of the shot of it actually catches him in the back of his sort of his stubby little goblin leg. Yeah, you see he sort of stumbles a little bit but continues to run.
Yeah.
Is he slowing down at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Leras.
Make a roll.
Oh, come on. Yes, it's good.
19.
One
Nice.
success.
Well, that's 2 successes now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one success on the dice. Okay, so, Karaka, you and Theodore are now, Terminator running down the cobblestone streets there, following your compatriots and Drebma as they're running across the rooftops. You hear behind you this sound like this whooping and like war crying, and you see as you look over your shoulder that 3 goblins are basically climbing over themselves, rushing after you with their guns in the air, firing. Trying to essentially making a spectacle of themselves.
And succeeding.
Kyoko.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, so if I move 35 feet, would I be within the 15 for a blunderbuss shot?
Yes.
Let's give that a try.
Okay.
Oh, man. That's gonna hurt.
It's not great. Because there's like no cover around here, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not on this rooftop. No.
TPK.
We're getting close to that.
We are getting close, yes.
Want to roll that?
Except the juggernaut down the street.
No, there are people who are down, so I'm gonna let that 11 sit.
11 is a miss.
Soak for ballistic, so
Shot is just at that sort of
with
liminal
us.
space where it just kind of goes too far, spreads too wide.
On the ground.
Doesn't hit it.
Timing's good.
Karaka. So you're still keeping pace. You can see them as they're moving across the rooftops, but you've got these goblins now chasing after you. 3 of them, to be exact. They are firing their guns in the air in a kind of posse tearing up the mining town sort of quality to them.
Ignore them. Keep going.
yeah. I'm gonna keep on.
Just
Drop the caltrops and keep running.
Just.
You keep pace.
Yeah.
Are you dashing this turn as well?
yeah. If there's No, never mind. Yeah, I'll just keep on.
Okay.
Keep on keeping on.
Sandy.
It's 16 con. I can keep up that pace.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy, you gotta make a death save.
Oh, sorry. I was talking to my wife. She's.
What
I don't have any more spell slots to.
All right.
Shogo, okay?
I only talk to my wife during these periods because she's a player.
Right.
Yeah, the rest
Well, I'm
of the
supposed to be
time.
meeting her for the cast party for Sylvia.
Oh, is that today?
Yes.
That's one failure.
That's 2 failures actually. Total. Yes,
Yeah.
that is one.
Oh, yeah,
failure.
one from the die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one from
yeah.
the die. I get what you're saying.
Plus 1 failure.
I know how.
Feels
I know
bad.
how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel good.
No. That's
Okay.
it's 2 failures.
That's fine.
That's why we're trying to hold on to that last one. That's why I'm not going to spend that on gunshots.
There you go.
Drebma continues. He's now a little bit hobbled because he took that shot to the leg.
Off roof. Off roof.
He is rushing.
He's
There
not
is a
involved.
considerable gap between the roof that he is on now and the next roof. Or a sizable street.
This is
Okay.
what I'm hoping for right here, right now.
Hold to Kara's arms.
What's that song? Was it 5% skill?
Oh, yeah.
This is
Oh,
where
exactly.
High voltage. It's
Yeah.
Mike Shoba.
So he rushes, takes a
Lincoln
foot
Park.
off the lip, and leaps. And he barely makes it on the His heels essentially scraping against the lip. However, his balance is slightly knocked off, so he's just trying to keep himself on the roof. He reaches out with one hand, with the one with the gun in it, to sort of grip himself and steady himself, and in the process loses the grappling device. It
Good.
tumbles to the ground, to the street, and sort of clatters there. You hear a kind of a soft thud.
What about Jessa?
She's still attached to it.
Okay, cool.
She fell. It hurt. But this is a side street, so you, keeping pace, you could then hook to the left and be in that street.
nice.
We'll figure out what happens next time.
Oh, come on!
Can you
Well,
at least roll like the death saving?
it's getting close to time.
Oh,
No, we gotta.
10%
Gotta
luck,
call it here.
20% skill, 50% concentrated power of will.
Something about remembering the name.
Yeah, that's the title. 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and
There's
100%.
reasons to remember the name.
Yeah.
My ex-husband really liked that group.
Gotta love that 90
I have
edge.
no idea what you guys are talking about.
So it's the guy who raps in Lincoln Park did his own
Much
like,
better.
group. And
I still have no idea what you're talking about.
No,
That's
fair.
okay.
it's fine. It's okay.
It's best that you don't know everything that we talk about. I think, really,
There's something
for your
we
own,
wish we
for your own
didn't.
good.
Alright.
Also,
Some
if I
things
ever
cannot
get
be unlocked.
robbed, not that much to take from me.
Hey, 11 gold is a lot for people in
Oh, yeah.
Foxborough.
Yeah.
I had 112 to be honest.
Holy crap!
Because
Oh yeah, you got paid on that first job.
Yeah. That opening scene.
I've never got paid for that sphinx I made. So
Wasn't it a gift, though? Or was
I,
it...
no, it's a pure job.
Oh, it was a commission.
Yeah.
Things were a little busy at the Straub residence.
Yeah, it was awkward,
A lot going on.
I guess. God, I hate that in real life when just like stuff is going on and you just have to ask for money because
Look, I just need to get paid.
yeah, like I did my job well, and I really, I mean, I'm sorry that someone died, but
also I need my money.
but also,
Wait. What job are you doing?
I'm yeah, it's a funny one.
I'm an EMT.
Okay, so how do we feel tonight?
I need better
That
guys.
was unreasonably fun.
Unreasonably, huh?
Unreasonably
Should I
fun.
adjust my
No,
the factor?
No, we do not want our fun.
Because if it's unreasonable, then I don't
It
want.
cannot be believed.
That's awesome.
Unbelievable! I can't believe it's not fun.
It's unbelievable that we
Can't believe it is.
going
No,
past
that
until
sounds more insulting.
November after next week.
So, any thoughts or constructive criticism? Anything that you liked or didn't like, or you know?
Oh, yeah,
I can't think of a single thing that I would have changed. That was really great.
Dredna's a real dick, and I don't like him.
Yeah.
I like the back-to-back combat because it plays against our standard trope of, oh look, combat, burn all your abilities in that one, and then we'll rest.
Better do a rest there, yeah.
Of course, we don't have that much high of a resource.
Still,
resource pool.
So you've got some resources that could be very useful.
2 success and 1 fail.
My body.
No,
yeah. I use my
that's not
magic,
bad.
so.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss you, man.
Yeah, I know. It's not looking good, is
Helpful
it?
is important.
No, you're gonna make it.
I have lots of
I've
health.
got a reroll.
Yeah.
But that's still not. In the
Well, we'll
Kind
probably
of
we'll
11.
re-roll fortune at the beginning of the next
And-
session.
and-
2 of 11.
is that right?
Yeah, we
And I
It
have
does range-
8
it does
soak
change.
for ballistic.
Okay.
Every
That's why
session.
we're always like, hey, just use it.
So,
It's good stuff.
I
I
got
should
lots of
probably
health
used it there if
pools.
I'd realized we were about to break.
Yeah.
And I'm giving myself a reroll.
That's okay.
And of course, my Leras.
You never know. It could have
Endurance.
gone around again. Somebody
Yeah.
else may have needed it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Or you could have re-rolled and gotten a 1. You didn't have to keep that second.
That is true.
That's why I usually go, hey, I'm going to take advantage on this one. 'Cause I don't like the reroll.
Especially when you're at 0 and 2.
I typically like the reroll.
It's real important at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, you can reroll it to 1.
Yeah. But
If you want to get that advantage on it, that's
it's
where it's
hedging.
advantage.
I like hedging because you could just roll high and then not have to use it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's true.
thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah,
This was
absolutely.
fabulous.
You also have better luck on the dice than we do here lately.
Oh yeah.
Lately.
So, yeah, no, that's why I said lately, because I remember at
But
the
I
time
even
of
did
Alexi.
that with
Your meat
Alexi.
is
I
delicious.
just I
Oh,
never.
thank you.
So,
Well, I've got 4 more gallons of that stuff.
as I mentioned before, next Friday
big
is
batch.
still clear,
Okay.
so we should be able to pick this up on the 28th.
Okay.
But after that, my contract with Myers for Murder Cafe Noir begins,
Okay.
and that's 2 solid weeks of rehearsal, and then Friday performances for the following 2 weeks. So there's going to be a
next
big
week's gonna
gap.
be the last one for a while.
Yes.
Okay, so no cliffhangers.
So all the cliffhangers.
No.